Hello,
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, and welcome to yet another Christmas Q&A.
With me, your host, Mary Willems.
As always, I am joined by my sister, Mary Willems, who some people don't know exists.
No, they have no idea.
And those people aren't real fans.
True fans, no.
True fans watch the Christmas Q&A. So we're back again. We're shooting this on December 27th.
That's right.
Yeah, we have glasses of Christmas milk in our hands. Clink. We have an organized spreadsheet full of questions that people have submitted.
I color-coded it.
Mary color-coded it.
Yeah.
We just got back from seeing Marty Supreme.
So good.
So we're really energized. The whole family went.
Yeah, everybody liked it. It was a win.
Yeah, well, I will say that the two women sitting to my right didn't. I heard one of them halfway through whisper, "This is terrible," and they left. They walked out. But we did not feel the same way.
We loved it.
Yeah, I mean, I'd seen it already, but I was very happy that the whole family loved it.
I saw a movie in theaters.
I'm sure this will come up again during this Q&A. So anyway, you all know the routine. Some of you watching may have submitted questions. If you didn't know about this or didn't see the links, I posted them on YouTube, Instagram, and Blue Sky, which are the platforms that I use. I don't use Twitter anymore, so if you expected me to post it there, sorry. But yeah, I tried to make sure everyone knew about this and had more than 24 hours, or about 24 hours, to submit a question, and we've got hundreds of questions.
We have 226 questions. If you submit a question and we don't get to it, I'm so sorry. It does not mean that your question was bad. We just truly cannot answer them all.
Well, it might mean it's bad. There were bad questions that we're not going to ask.
I'm nice. You're the bad cop. I'm the good cop.
True, right. Also, bad is subjective. Mary, should we get to the questions?
Yeah, we're going to start off with a really important one that was submitted from Chris and Amber, who asked, which character from Gilmore Girls would you most like to have a pint with?
Ooh. Chris and Amber, hello. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sending in the question.
I'm going to say Suki, because I think she would bring really delicious snacks. I think she is charming and bubbly and funny.
Yeah?
She'd have some funny stories to tell you about what's up in Stars Hollow.
She would?
I'm going to say Suki. Yeah.
And this feels like a really lame answer, but I'm going to say Lorelai.
Lorelai's cool.
She's cool. She talks very fast.
She does.
I tend to talk fast
You
when
do.
I get drinks with people. And I'm like, I might get overwhelmed at a certain point or run out of energy, but I'm just like, I think that would be a good hang. So yeah, there you go.
Lorelai Gilmore, a good hang.
A good hang.
You heard it here. Walt Shipman, I wonder if that's your real name, asked, per your comments on Aliens versus Avengers, what were some of your favorite comics of 2025?
Ooh, good question. Okay, comics this year. I've read a lot of comics. Okay, at DC, I really think the Absolute line is so good. The Absolute books are at the top of my stack all the time. I got Mary the first volumes of Absolute Batman and Absolute Wonder Woman for Christmas. Please read them.
Okay.
Just I want to talk to you about them.
I know.
But yeah, Absolute books, loving those. Ultimate books, in particular, Ultimates and Ultimate Spider-Man. Dennis Camp has, in the past 2 years, has just become such a star.
Dennis.
And I Ultimate and Absolute Martian Manhunter are both so great. Assorted Crisis Events from Image, terrific. I'm loving that. Oh my God, there's so many comics. Ryan North's Fantastic Four has continued to be excellent. There's only 4 issues out, but the new Batman series that Matt Fraction is writing and Jorge Jimenez is drawing has been terrific.
Okay, Andrew wants to know. Well, first he says, hi, Patrick, Emma, Nobles, and the team. Big fan. You reference a ton of primary and secondary sources in your essays. I'm a former aspiring theater critic, and as such, I've read a ton of theater criticism and theater theory, but outside of basic film theory, I've read almost nothing about the movies. And I love the movies. What film books did you read this year that you'd recommend? If none, do you have a must-read list that you could share? Thanks again.
I definitely read film books this year. I'm just pulling up the list of books I've read this year.
Oops.
Okay, I have not read a lot of film theory books this year other than I cited it in the second Legacy Sequels video, but Retromania by Simon Reynolds, which is about pop culture's addiction to its past and like nostalgia culture, which is funny because it was written in like 2010 and everything it's about has just like, you know, gotten even more intense in the past 15 years. It's also like mostly about music, but that is more of like a theory. But Mike Nichols' A Life by Mark Harris is one of the best biographies I've ever read. Like highest possible recommendation. Even if you're like, I don't care that much about Mike Nichols, why would I need like a 600-page book about him? You do. It's incredible. Read Mike Nichols' A Life and Cue the Sun by Emily Nussbaum about the history and like invention of reality television. I do not give a shit about reality TV. I watch no reality TV.
Yeah.
It's one of the best books about media I've read in years.
I think she was featured on an episode of Ologies,
Probably.
which is one of my favorite
And she
podcasts.
also went to Oberlin, where
She
we
did?
went. Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
Did we overlap with her?
No. Oh my God, no. She's like at least a decade older. She's the New Yorker's TV critic.
Okay, Richard Menero asks, well, first he says, salutations, y'all. Hope you had a Merry Christmas this year, and I'm absolutely looking forward to what 2026 looks like for the channel.
I'm excited to find out, because honestly, I don't know.
Mystery. Patrick, what was the hardest thing to achieve logistically for the dinner plan, other than the vomit? Absolutely excellent short, by the way. It completely reinvigorated my energy to make more short films outside of my college classes, and so thank you for that.
Most difficult logistically? Honestly, the vomit was not logistically that difficult. This is a very easy answer, because pretty much anyone who's ever worked on any kind of film production will tell you, and I knew this going in, and I still did it to myself, and it turned out to be true. Dinner table scenes with multiple people, the hardest, most annoying thing to shoot.
Yeah.
And we wrote a 9-page scene with 7 people around a table where 2 courses of a meal are served, and we had to show the plates because the continuity of the food mattered. Scene 7, as it is in the script, I was having stress nightmares about scene 7 for about 2 weeks after we wrapped. I kept dreaming that we were still shooting pickups on that because it just like I'm just like, you know, look, like any filmmaker, there's things in the film where I'm like, oh God, I like, you know, I can't stand looking at it. All I see is the problems. I am still just like so relieved that scene 7 functions at all, because that was just such an ordeal to put together. And just so you know, like half of the shots that we had on the shot list, we had to cut during production for time and didn't even shoot. Jesus Christ. Yeah. So think about that when you write multi-person dining table scenes,
I will.
because you're always doing that.
I'm always doing that. Harrison asks, same question I ask every year. What was your favorite non-2025 movie that you watched for the first time this year?
I have to check my Letterboxd.
Letterboxd.
Okay. I am going to say The Remains of the Day.
Oh,
The Merchant Ivory movie.
I love Merchant.
With Anthony Hopkins and Emma Thompson.
Yeah.
I will say, I had like a little Merchant Ivory phase where I watched 4 of them.
And you watched A Room with a View?
Yeah.
One of my favorites.
As in, this just narrowly edges out A Room with a View for my favorite. A Room with a View is so phenomenal. I loved it so much. Mary has been a huge fan for decades.
Yes.
And, but yeah, so I watched A Room with a View, Maurice, Howard's End, The Remains of the Day. All are good. But I'm going to put The Remains of the Day at the very top. I say this having just gotten back from Marty Supreme, a stressful movie. Remains of the Day, maybe the most stressful movie I've ever watched.
Really?
It is. I've never watched a movie about like such intense repressed feelings ever.
Okay.
Where no one will ever. Mary, there's a scene in the movie because Anthony Hopkins is a butler.
Yes.
And he takes the job very seriously.
Yes.
There's a scene where he is having to be a butler at like a party at like the manor he works at. And he is informed that his father, who was recently hired on as like an additional butler, has died upstairs. And he shows no emotion and is like, thank you for telling me. I will see to him at the end of the event because I am so committed to my job that I'm not going to even like react to the news that my father died.
That's horrible.
And that's just like a scene in like the middle of the movie.
The British.
It is just like, I think my Letterboxd review was like 2 hours of nonstop internal screaming. And that's that movie. Anyway, Remains of the Day.
Remains of the Day.
It's a great movie.
All right. Sebastian.
Wait, Mary, what's your favorite non-2025 movie you watched this year? For the first time?
Rudolph by Rankin and Bass. I saw it for the first time. I never seen it. Santa Claus is so mean. The head elf is so mean. So much so that I was laughing because I was like, this is not a very happy version of Christmas.
Wow.
Rudolph's dad is a dick. When Santa Claus finds out that Rudolph has a red nose, he says to, is Blitzen his dad? Donner. He says to Donner, you should be ashamed of yourself for having a son with like a disability.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he's not allowed to play any reindeer games after that.
That's not my Santa.
But it's also very funny and charming. And like I knew that a lot of Elf was based on it, but I didn't realize the extent to the influence that it had. So yeah,
Hey.
There you go.
There you go.
Cool. Okay. Sebastian Castellanos says, Merry Christmas to Patrick and Mary. Thank you, Sebastian.
Merry Christmas to you, Sebastian.
Question for you. Is there any skill in filmmaking that you know you won't be able to do that a part of you would have loved to do, such as an animator or a stuntman? If so, why?
Yeah, I'm gonna say composer.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, it's a thing where it's like some things it's like, okay, I'm not like the best cinematographer. Like I'm never gonna let anyone hire me to be a cinematographer, but like I can do it like well enough on like my videos. I can edit pretty well, things like that. I can't compose at all. I have none of those skills, but I love film scoring so much, and I love all of my collaborations with the great Brian Matolius, even on just like regular videos, just like discussing, like what a scene should be, where music should come in, all of those things. I love that so much, and I just can't do any of it. And so in another life, where I had the ability and pursued it, I think that would be really exciting to be a film composer.
Once Patrick made me play a game with him where you played the first 3 notes of a movie score and we had to guess what they were. And it was not fair. This is when I think maybe I was in high school and you were in college.
I'm sorry.
It's fine.
I don't remember this, but I believe you.
It was a phase. You were like, Mary, I can't believe you're not getting it. And I was like, it's only 3 notes.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
I've gotten better since then.
You have. No one asked me, but I would say I would build miniatures for films. I love small things. They're so satisfying.
That would be cool.
That would be so cool. And I like making things, so I think that'd be fun. Dave Dunlap says, for both of you, what is your favorite shared childhood Christmas memory? Well, that is a big question.
It is shared, so we have to share it.
We must have been there together. So,
are we thinking the same thing?
I think we are.
How do we explain this?
Okay, so Patrick's big surprise gift this Christmas to me and my parents was that he had taken these old home movies and he'd had them digitized. And so he gave my parents and then me also a little flash drive with the home movies on them, which was so exciting. and one of the home movies, or a series of home movies. It's truly like the beginning of Patrick H. Willems, filmmaker.
If you, we had this one videotape that we would only like film on it at Christmas every year.
Yeah.
But so this one videotape goes from like 1998 to like 2002.
Yes.
And you can basically watch me like kind of like discovering and getting into filmmaking over the course of this, because like every 10 minutes it's like a year later and I'm trying new things or it's getting more ambitious.
Yeah.
And what was on this video is several versions of a movie we would make annually.
That was my dad's idea.
It was
his
her
brainchild.
I want to be very clear before we explain this, that our dad is a wonderful person who has been a terrific father our whole lives.
He's a very caring father. Yes.
He is. And he had this wacky idea back in the 90s.
Yep.
I think that I was about 10.
Yes.
Where this was like when we were like about to take our Christmas tree down. So we were going to take all the ornaments off of it. And he's like, hey, what if we make a short film where Patrick walks into the room where right here where the tree is. The tree, we've always put it here. Okay. And then the tree topples over and falls on Patrick, but it like falls through him.
So you just see him with like branches in his
Yeah,
hair
so it
on his head.
falls, right. So like my hair's messed up and I have like bits of like, twigs and stuff in my hair. And then it reveals that my dad has been standing behind the tree. So he knocked it over on me and he's holding a Nerf gun. To be clear, a Nerf gun.
A Nerf gun.
Harmless.
Yeah.
And then he says the classic line.
Classic. Eat Nerf.
Eat Nerf.
And then he shoots.
And then shoots me. And then there's this shot of me with then like a Nerf dart stuck to my forehead.
And then Patrick falls out of frame.
Well, in the first one, I didn't fall out of frame.
That's true.
It was the first one was literally like 3 shots. And so,
also, it was the only one that you were in.
No, I was in 2.
You were in 2.
Yeah.
Okay, you were in 2.
And so what happened was we then made it again the next year.
Every year.
And it got a little bit,
tree.
and then the next year,
Yeah.
I think I was exerting a little bit more control. I was like, because we couldn't edit it. It was just like a big VHS camcorder.
Yeah.
And so I had like Mary do some like piano music at a dramatic point, like in the background.
Yeah.
And we had like a couple more angles. And then after that, I clearly was like, no, I want to direct now. I'm going to get behind the camera and Mary is the star.
I will be the star, yes.
And then so we have several years of Mary starring these as we keep making the same movie every year. But like one year, I was like, let's open with like a James Bond parody. One year, let's do like...
And to be clear, to make it a James Bond parody...
Again, we had no editing capabilities.
Were you singing the James
Yes,
Bond
that's
theme?
me.
So Patrick was just holding the camera, humming the James Bond theme.
Well, the way it opens up is... the gun barrel opening in the Bond movies where Bond walks across and then turns and shoots? And so we did it just in our living room, no lighting or anything,
Nope.
as my dad just walks across the frame as I go dun 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 dun, and he turns and shoots, and then normally the blood drips down, and instead I took like a red piece of paper and just moved it down over the camera, going da 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 da.
And then you had a hand-drawn like title
card saying like Patrick Willems presents the Willems family Christmas movie. So we did that like basically every year for several years, and watching them back many years later, it's like, this is a deeply weird thing for us to do. We just kept remaking a movie about a father abusing his children every year, but in a fun way.
In a funny way, yeah.
Yeah, we're a good family.
We're a good family, yeah.
Yeah, so there's your
Totally
answer.
normal. Yeah. Matthew wants to know, do you ever see yourself doing shorter analysis videos again? I miss the 10 to 15 minute videos, not a knock against the current format.
Does anyone make 10 to 15 minute videos anymore? It's a thing that like, I've talked about with like other other video creators. I talked about it with like, podcast friends. It's what's the term? Scope creep, where it's like the more you do something, especially if you're like talking about or analyzing stuff, the more you do it, the more you want to be comprehensive, the more you want to cover like larger, like more difficult topics, and they just get longer. And also the way YouTube film culture has evolved, we're no longer doing the videos where we like rip off every frame of painting and are like, here's a very short, concise video about one single technique used here. It's like, no, we're doing videos about like an entire genre or like covering bigger topics. And so, yeah, I truly don't know how to do a 10-minute video anymore. If I can do a video that's like only 30 minutes long, I'm like, whew, a short, simple one. So yeah, look, I miss the short videos too, but no one's making them. I truly feel like the form has just kind of moved past that. And also audiences are always like, we want longer. Give us more, like long, yeah, like video. The longer the better. And look, here's the thing. I'm not one of these people making 4-hour videos that take a year to make. Nothing, I mean, those videos, they're good, but I'm like, I mean, my videos are short compared to those. Yeah.
So you heard it here. Some people make longer videos than Patrick.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, very important question coming up. From Shannon Costello, a.k.a. Shani Von P., a.k.a. my best friend.
Oh, okay. So this is an important question.
It's important. She says, favorite kids movie you saw this year? And Jane Daisy, a.k.a.
her daughter.
Niece. Jane Daisy wants to know, do you eat popcorn when you go to the movies? Yes, we do.
Well, we literally just ate popcorn at Marty Supreme. So, yes.
Yeah, favorite kids movie.
For this year, in terms of new ones, I'm going to say Arco.
I don't know what that is.
Arco is a French animated movie that I'm so sorry, this will just sound pretentious. Oh. I saw at the Cannes Film Festival this year. When it was in French, but now it's been released in theaters with like an
animated?
English dub. It's animated.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's a really cool, delightful kind of like sci-fi movie. It's like hand-drawn animation.
Ooh.
It's really cool.
It's sci-fi?
Yeah.
Ooh.
It involves a like kid way in the future from this like cool utopian future, kind of stealing his parents' time machine and ending up not in our time, but in a time like maybe like 50 years from now. And then like meeting like this girl around his age and like trying to figure out how to get back to his own time. But yeah, I just went into that just like I had a free morning at Cannes and was like, what's playing? I was like, Arco? I don't know what that is, but it's animated and I don't know, Natalie Portman produced it. And I was like, this is delightful. And now it's actually been released here and you know, it's delightful. But yeah, that's my favorite kids movie. I haven't seen Zootopia 2 yet.
I know, I want to see it. Yeah, I'm a little embarrassed because I love kids' movies, and I'm realizing I didn't see that many this year.
To be fair, you didn't see a lot of movies.
Well, but I watch movies at home. I don't see a lot of movies in theaters.
Okay.
So I did enjoy Paddington 3 that I watched in theaters with Shannon and Jane.
Hey, you saw 4 movies in theaters this year.
Paddington. The
Wedding Banquet. Wicked. Marty Supreme.
And The Dinner Plan.
But that doesn't count.
It does count. I enjoyed Paddington 3 a lot. It made me cry. I don't know, does K-pop Demon Hunters count as a kids movie?
Yes.
That was very fun. The music is amazing.
That's good.
Danny Cox says, it was great to see Chloe in the season finale after a long break.
Our mom was just saying that. Our mom was just watching the new episode.
We love Chloe
and
so
being
much.
like, Chloe's part was so good.
Chloe's a
I love
star.
Chloe's song.
She's so good at singing, which she is. Okay.
Yes.
Any plans for more Chloe appearances in 2026? People want to know.
Any plans?
Are you
No.
planning? You're not planning?
Here's the thing. Here's the thing about next season. I have no idea what it's going to be.
He doesn't
I don't know who's going to be in it.
He has no idea.
I know some of the topics we'll be discussing, but in terms of like the format of the show, now that this season is wrapped up, if you've watched the season finale, and you and you saw the final sequence in there, there's a real sense of like, is Patrick doing this in a way where it's like, maybe we'll never see anyone again. I don't know. Here's the thing. I love working with Chloe. Chloe's one of my favorite people. By the way, I was talking to Chloe today about like she might come by and do some sledding tomorrow.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Okay, great.
So
also, Chloe was my friend first, and then Patrick stole her.
yes, that is true.
Not fair.
And Chloe and I drove up here for Christmas together on Tuesday. But yeah, here's the thing. We tried to have Chloe in other videos in the past couple of years, and she's just got a crazy schedule,
busy.
and it's hard to pin down.
She's a professional musician.
At Thanksgiving, Chloe and her sister Lily have a music duo called Sybil.
You should go check them out. Is it Sybil Music?
Probably.
I think on Instagram. They're so good. They have beautiful voices, like haunting harmonies together.
Yeah.
Go check them out.
And I did a music video with them at Thanksgiving.
It's so beautiful. When's it going to be out?
January. Here's the thing. Chloe will probably be back at some point, but I have no plans for anything, so I just cannot say. But we all love Chloe here.
We love her. Julia, aka Friendly Filmmaker, says, "Hi Pat, hi Mary. Here's a weird one. I know you both love the amazing invention that is Christmas milk, and rightfully so. Thank you, Julia. But I don't think we ever heard definitively. Do your parents like it?" So I asked Mom, because we got this question. I was like, Julia, I'm not quite sure. And I asked Mom, and Mom said, well, since I've reconnected with my love of milk recently, this is a quote. She said, I was thinking that I should add some schnapps to my nightly glass of milk and enjoy Christmas milk during the Christmas season. So our mom likes it.
And just, again, so everyone's clear, she recently reconnected with her love of milk.
Yeah, I'd say last year she reconnected with her love of milk. She now has a nightly glass of milk.
That is a direct quote, by the way.
Yeah, that's how she announced it to us. She said, well, I have some news.
Yeah, and I don't think our dad has ever tried Christmas milk.
I don't think he's interested. He's like, meh. Laura Phenomenon has some nice things to say and nice questions. She has a question for each of us. Happy Christmas, Patrick and Mary.
Happy Christmas, Laura Phenomenon.
Hooray for the dinner plan.
Hooray!
Everyone loves it. That's got to make you feel pretty good. Yeah.
Sorry, this is terrible. I hear that and immediately go, does everyone? That can't be true.
Patrick, you got to let in the compliments.
I mean, I'll take it.
Yeah. Okay. She says, my question for Patrick is about the writing credits on the dinner plan. Ooh. Patrick has a story by credit, while Mike and Jake have screenplay by credits on IMDb. Could you please elaborate on what this means and explain how you all collaborated through the writing process?
That's a really good question. So, the way that I've realized that I like to write is not actually writing. Like many people, I don't enjoy writing. I know that I write the videos. I write several thousand word essays, and it is agony, but you gotta do it. And when it comes to screenwriting, I can do it okay, but what I've learned over the years is that I don't enjoy it, and other people can do it better than me. And so, but what I do love is breaking the story. Just like working out
breaking the story.
Yeah, just
breaking news.
Just again, that's why I have a story credit, because I primarily came up with the story of the dinner plan. Yeah, and so the way we'd write it would be, we would have these writing retreats where Jake, Mike, and I, would have these like just long full day discussions about just like, the whole story to the whole thing. And then they would like write drafts of scenes, and I would give a bunch of notes, and then they would go write new versions. And The actual scripting they would do because they would write better, funnier versions than I could on my own. I would just keep like giving feedback until it got to where I was like, good, I'm happy with it now, I'm ready to direct it. I'll do like a final little like dialogue pass on everything, just so that like everything sounds right to me, so that like the rhythms of the dialogue are right. But I'm like, that to me does not warrant a screenplay credit. And so the actual script of the dinner plan is really like, those words are written by Jake and Mike. But you know, that's them working off of a story that was largely constructed by me. And I mean, the feature that I've been developing for the past year, that is hopefully the next major thing that I direct, it is working with two different writers who are not Jake and Mike. And I didn't even come up with a story on this. I will not have any writing credit on this when it gets made. But we just have like a lot of meetings, and I just give a lot of notes and toss out a lot of ideas. But then I have better writers than me who would do the actual writing. Look, I'm not here trying to get as many credits as I want. Like this is like I want to direct a thing, and working with really good writers, and to collaborate to like get a thing to like where I want it to be to direct it. That is a really fun process. Getting to read a new draft when it comes in and be like, oh, this is so much better than it would be if I wrote it myself. I love it.
I realized Laura was not asking me a question. She just had a nice message, which was very nice. She said, congratulations to you on your engagement. I hope all your family and friends shower you both with love on the big day. Thank you so much. It's nice to be engaged.
I will shower you with love on the big day.
Yes.
But not until then.
Yeah, nothing until then. Okay.
Nothing until then.
Ephraim Oliver says, hi, Patrick. It was great to meet you at the Abolish Everything taping for Nebula earlier this year.
Also, wait, one sec.
Yes.
I remember meeting Ephraim there.
Yeah.
Also, Ephraim, can I ask you a question through this video? Are you an intern on Late Night with Seth Meyers right now?
Oh.
Because I could have sworn shortly after I met you that you like popped up in a segment on the show.
Oh, that's cool.
I think. Anyway,
Ephraim, that would be cool.
I'm not going to read the comments on this, but tell me if that's correct. Because
I'll read the comments and I'll tell Patrick.
Because I'm pretty sure that I recognized you there, because it wasn't that long. Anyway, thank you for coming to the Abolish taping.
Ephraim said, even though I know it's not your normal setting, I hope you do more of it because you crushed it. I wanted to ask you broadly what you and your writers' creative collaborative process is like. Oh, kind of tying in with Laura's question.
Yeah.
You made a tutorial on how to make video essays a while back, but obviously your process has evolved since adding long-form storytelling to the mix. How far in advance do you guys know what the end point of the season is? Do you ever get to the end of a research-heavy script and think, this needs more jokes? Or do they flow naturally from your opinions? Excited to hear your insight.
It's a
good question.
That's a really good question.
Yeah.
I will say, in regards to the Abolish Everything thing, it's very nice of you to say that you enjoyed the show and that I did okay. I think it is very unlikely I will do anything like that again, as in terms of like live comedy shows, because I did that to help out my friends who were like producing the show. I did not want to do it. I love Abolish Everything. I think it's a great show. I just knew that because I do not do live comedy and I have no aspirations to do live comedy, I was going to have to put in a lot of time and effort to get to the point, to get to the level of like the other people who are on the show who do this all the time. And so, yeah, I thought it went well, but also I'm like, great. I did it, I didn't embarrass myself, and now I never have to do it again. So yeah, probably not more. But in terms of the writing process, I will say I'm constantly trying to figure out how to make our writing process smoother and tighter and more efficient and overall better, because it's messy. And a lot of the messiness comes from me and just like...
So messy.
But I'm like, well, I gotta like, wait until the ideas all click together and my arguments are fully formed. The basic way we work is I will send over to Jake and Mike a brief breakdown of like, here's like the premise of this video and like the thesis of it and what it's about, and maybe some structural things I'm thinking, but a lot of the time just like, here's like the one sentence idea of what the video is. And then they will send over pitches for what's like a narrative conceit, what's like a fun way to present this. And then after they've sent over their pitches, we'll have a Zoom call where we'll just, talk through a bunch of concepts until we finally nail one down, like, okay, this is what we're gonna do for this one. And then as I'm writing the essay, they will start working on the narrative elements, the stuff that's not just like the essay, and I'll be writing in the same doc. And then usually I write the essay in bullet points before I then turn it into full sentences. And then after I finish the bullet point version, they will go through and do punch up to like add jokes and stuff. But truly, like, they usually do punch up in like on the last day before I shoot. Going into a new year, I'm like, could we have a tighter schedule and do this better? Because yeah, a lot of it, especially like the season finale, that was so messy where research and writing and shooting and all of it, they were all overlapping. I'm just glad that that thing hangs together at all. But it's like functional, but could be better.
I think you're very hard on yourself.
I am.
Yeah, and I think that your videos are funny and good.
Well, this is the thing where it's like, I want to make stuff that is like superb. I want to make stuff that is like really excellent, even though I realize that even if I make the best YouTube videos in the world, it's not really it's not gonna change my career at all. Mm-hmm. It's like nothing's gonna actually be different other than I'll feel better about them. But like, I'm not gonna like make $1 million, or I'm not gonna like get to like direct a movie because I make like better videos on YouTube.
Very, very ambitious.
Well, yeah,
you want to do the best that you absolutely can.
If you're making anything, why not try to make it great? Mary button to button.
I buttoned my top button. It needed to happen.
Mary, you look good.
Thank you. Okay, Kieran, a nice Irish name, asks, what types of movies would you rather see on streaming than in cinemas? Surely the platform complements some of the medium's strengths.
I have a very simple answer for this.
Okay.
Short films. Short films don't make sense in movie theaters. Mm-hmm. No one's buying tickets to see like a 15, 20-minute movie. Short films are perfect for streaming. Just anything under feature length. That's what should go on streaming.
Good answer.
Nothing else.
Let's keep the answers short and sweet. We have so many questions.
Yeah?
Okay, Crantastic
says,
what did you do for a living before becoming a full-time video essayist? And if that didn't work out, what job do you think you'd be doing now?
I started this YouTube channel in 2011. It did not make any money for 5.5 years. Mm-hmm.
It made some money, but it did not make regular money to pay your bills.
It very rarely made anything.
Yes.
So yeah, all that time, I had a freelance video business where most of my clients were in our hometown of Saratoga, like Skidmore College. Let me tell you, I'm kind of the expert at doing a Skidmore College commencement ceremony highlights video. I did a lot of those.
Oh yeah, the bread and butter.
Oh yeah, I filmed Oprah giving a commencement speech.
I forgot they got Oprah.
Yeah, and I will say that year, like really intense security, and I was not allowed to go into the main places that I would shoot from. It was annoying, actually. Yeah. I also made eye contact with Oprah from like a few feet away, which fully had me like just freeze in my tracks.
That's understandable.
Yeah. But yeah, I did freelance video work, which was I did not especially enjoy it, and it was not an especially stable business. But I was always afraid that, like, oh, if I get a full-time job, like a 9 to 5, then I'll be too, like, tired. I won't have time to then make the stuff on, like, the other stuff that I want to turn into the career.
He's always been laser focused.
Exactly. But that said, if YouTube hadn't worked out, I think what I would have done, and I was actually starting to apply for some of these, like right around when the channel finally took off. I was just applying for, like, full-time, like, video production jobs. Like, it's funny, I was not even qualified for this. I interviewed for a job at Polygon as their video executive producer. As in, I would have been the boss of their, like, team of video people. I'm like, no, I should have just been one of the video people.
Yeah.
I didn't get that job because I wasn't qualified for it. But yeah, so, like, something like that. Something that's, like, at like, a company like Polygon or Vox or whatever, I could have seen myself, like, you know, having a full-time video job there where I would still, like, make stuff, but actually have, like, a stable income, which honestly would have been okay.
Brian says, do you like watching movies with subtitles turned on?
No!
Yes, I do!
This is a thing that I feel like our generation started, and it drives me insane.
Okay,
I am
people,
hard against it.
Oh, here's the thing. If it's a comedy, you can't watch it with subtitles because they come on before the joke.
Also, I want to be very, very clear before people, like, yell at me, because people have yelled at me about this before. If you have, like, any kind of, like, disability related to hearing, and that is why you have subtitles on, that is a great reason for it, and I am not being ableist by being anti-subtitle.
But sometimes people just have, like, slow audio processing and no official...
Is that you?
Maybe. I think so.
No,
I like watching it with subtitles.
I think a lot of why people do it is that they, like, have... is that TV speakers aren't great and they don't have good sound systems, and they do it because they can't hear stuff very well.
Yeah, that's true.
I think that's a lot of it, but, like, whenever subtitles are on, as in subtitles, like, for a movie in my native language, I look at the subtitles. I'm looking at the subtitles even though I can hear what they're saying, and it's distracting, and I'm just like, why am I doing this? And
okay. Well.
Yeah, it's a thing that actually annoys me that it's become so common, and I'm just like, you can hear what they're saying.
Well,
turn them off.
I like it. Okay, Alyssa wants to know best sweater movies of 2025.
Ooh, I gotta check Letterboxd for a second.
While you do that, I'll get a cookie.
Best sweater movie of 2025. Sentimental Value. Yeah, Sentimental Value. I mean, obviously, it's like a Norwegian movie. The Worst Person in the World was a great sweater movie. So Joachim Trier is he becoming one of our great sweater filmmakers? But yeah, Sentimental Value has some really good knitwear, and I'm going to go with that. Mary, I'm guessing you haven't seen Sentimental Value.
I don't know what that is. Wait, I do know because at the premiere of the dinner plan, there was a poster for it.
There was a big,
like a set.
a big interactive display where you can sit at the table.
But do I know what the movie is about at all? No.
Have you seen The Worst Person in the World?
No, but I know what that is, and it's been on my list to watch for many years.
It's so great. I think you'd love it.
It's the new movie by that guy.
New movie by the same director with
Norwegian?
Norwegian. It's wonderful. I saw.
Christmas milk.
Yeah. I saw it twice in 3 days. I went to see it twice in theaters. It's great, but really wonderful movie that I think you would love, and it's set in Oslo, and so great knitwear.
Guess what?
What?
The next question's for me.
1 sec. You have some chocolate.
Well, there's a lot of chocolate in the cookies. Okay.
Question from Mary.
Julie says, Mary, last year I recommended The Monk and Robot books by Becky Chambers. How was it? You recommended the Abhorsen series and I read the first, which was good, with 4 exclamation marks. My 2026 recommendation is The Ministry of Time by Kalyan Bradley, What's your recommendation back to me? So cute. I love trading book recommendations. So I read the first Monk and Robot books. I think it's called The Psalm for the Wild Built. I read that like back in November, I think. I really enjoyed it. It's very cozy and very sweet. I'm waiting for it. So I get them through Libby, through the public library system. Get the free ebook or audiobook. So I'm waiting for the second one. So I haven't listened to the second one, but I am intrigued. I will say I think I still prefer the Wayfarer series by Becky Chambers, but I really enjoyed it. So glad that you read Sabriel in the Abhorsen series. Absolutely love that series. And the Ministry of Time, I believe I've heard of that, but I haven't read it, so I will definitely check it out. My recommendation back to you. I will talk about this more later because I think there are more book questions for me, but I would recommend the Murderbot series. There you go.
Now a hit show on Apple TV.
The show is okay. More than okay. The show is good, but the show makes some different choices. And you kind of have to make different choices because the books are just like point of view from the main character, the robot, the Murderbot. And in the TV show, you can't just have narration constantly. So there's some necessary changes, but I will say I really prefer the books. Oh, guess what? The next question is also for me. People want to know.
I'll just take a break.
Yeah. Okay. Juan Pablo Borderi says, how is Mary doing? What was her year like? I'm doing pretty good. Thank you so much for asking. As was alluded to earlier, I got engaged actually on Christmas Eve last year. So like right...
Yeah, so you were engaged in the last Christmas Q&A. That's not new.
Well, I didn't say it last year.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying.
It was a secret.
It didn't happen in 2025.
No, but you're so rude. You're interrupting my answer about how I'm doing. So
No one asked how I'm doing.
Well, maybe they will, Patrick. There's like 226 questions about you.
Maybe
so,
they will. Continue.
Anyway, so it was a very nice way to start 2025, especially with all the bad things going on in the world.
Wait, what? What's
What
wrong?
bad things?
What's wrong?
Oh, nothing. So yeah, I would say personally for me, it's been a very good year. And then globally and nationally, it's felt very dark and scary. Yeah, so it's been good. I'm on my second year as a school librarian, which I love. And as anyone in education will tell you, your first year of teaching is really intense. So now I'm in my second year, which is less intense, which is very nice.
You know how to do it.
I know some things. I'm learning a lot, but I do know some things.
You know a thing or two.
I know a thing or two, so that's good. Being engaged, very fun. Planning weddings, not fun.
Famously not fun.
Very annoying. So many decisions.
Hey?
But
I'm not sorry.
that's okay. All right. The next questions. Questions? Oh dear, the Christmas milk.
You feeling it, Mary?
Yeah, I am. Okay, Noah Lieberman says, if you had to cast Nobles in one film from 2025, what would it be and what role would you put him in?
The title role, Marty Supreme.
Yeah,
More like Nobbles Supreme.
yeah.
Look, Nobbles is like a little like twig boy with like,
Just like Timmy.
scrawny, skinny arms. Let's see him play.
I could see him.
Don't you want to see a Muppet playing ping pong?
I do.
Well, sorry, no, he's not a Muppet. He's not made by the Jim Henson Company. He's a puppet.
And in the film, they like to refer to it as table tennis.
Table tennis.
Yep.
Exactly. But yeah, that's my immediate answer. I will say, not that I want to erase any actors from their roles, but Nobbles' vibe, I think, most fits with Benicio del Toro in One Battle After Another, as just like a good, helpful guy. And I could see Nobbles, as Benicio in that one, helping Leo out.
I enjoy the name Benicio.
He's the best.
It's just fun to say.
He's the best.
Benicio.
Yeah. Anyway, there you go.
Oh, Noah Lieberman asked another question, but it's a good question.
I'll answer it.
Did you start writing this season knowing that legacy sequels and franchises would be such a focus? Or did that just sort of pan out as you were writing each episode?
Truly, so the legacy sequels video, the way we got, it became 2 videos, and then the Let Franchises End episode is kind of like a coda to it. That was originally pitched in the Topic Tournament of 2023. That's where it first came up, where I think it was in the finals and lost to Muppets. So it came up like 2.5 years ago. And so I thought about it for a while, and Siddhant and I talked about how he wanted to work on that one. I wanted him to work on it as well. And we almost made it last year, and then it just schedule stuff. So yeah, we meant to make those videos way earlier. And so yeah, it's funny that the season kind of ended up with these kind of being right near the finish. But yeah, it was just, a lot of these topics are things that I've wanted to I've wanted to make these videos for a long time, and just schedules are funny.
Schedules. Patrick, a different one, asks, what's one film you've seen this year that you really want to make sure that Mary sees? What should I see? Wait, what was the one that you were like, Mary, if you see one movie? It wasn't, you've already talked about how...
It was One Battle After Another.
No, but there was another one.
Weapons.
Oh, I think it was Weapons first, but then you were like, no, One Battle After Another.
Well, so Mary, as we've established in these videos in the past, Mary does not go to the movies a lot.
No.
And so I'm truly today, I am so excited and proud and satisfied that I got Mary to go to the movies.
In fact, I really was like, whole family, let's go to the movies.
At Thanksgiving, you were like, Patrick, what movies are out at Christmas that we could see? And I was like, Marty Supreme is coming out. But so, Mary doesn't go to the movies a lot. I will say, I've looked this up. It's insane to me. Mary lives in Burlington, Vermont, the biggest city in the state.
Yeah, it's not much of a city.
I know. There's nothing in the way of movie theaters in Burlington, which is insane.
Well, we had one and it closed. The Roxy, it closed less than a year ago.
I'm like, Burlington should have minimum 3 movie theaters.
It's not that big.
It should have minimum 3.
It's 40,000 people live in
minimum
Burlington.
3 movie theaters. Saratoga has 2.
To be fair, Montpelier, Vermont, which is a town of 5,000 to 6,000 people, has 2 movie theaters.
I rest my case.
So
anyway, but so I'm always hoping I can get Mary to go to movies more, because when Mary lived in New York, I would be like, Mary, let's go to the movies, and we'd see movies together. Because Mary likes movies, she just doesn't usually she needs someone else to take the initiative to be like,
you talk about me in
let's
the third
go see
person
movies.
like I'm not here. Also, you tell this story every year.
I do.
On the Q&A.
But so, every so often, there'll be something where I'll be like, Mary, I know you very rarely do this. I really think it is worth your while, and you will be glad you did if you go to the effort of going to see this one movie. And in August, it was Weapons, which you haven't seen.
And I didn't see it.
And I texted Mary, I was like, Mary, I know, you're also on summer vacation. You have extra time right now. You should really go see it. I think you'll like it a lot. Mm-hmm. Mary hasn't seen it. And then when you were visiting me in the fall, I was trying to see if is there time in this visit that I can drag Mary to see One Battle After Another? There was not. And then I was like, well, please, when you're back in Vermont, please go see it. Our parents went to see it.
Yeah, they're much better about going to the movies than I am.
They are. Anyway, those are the two. I'm just like, Mary, I'm not giving you a lot of homework. I'm being like, here's 2 things you'll have a great time with.
This is my annual public shaming. Shall we move on?
Okay.
Okay.
You asked the question.
Well, Patrick, a different one asked the question.
Well, you read it. You chose to ask it.
Fine. The next question comes from Arterium Lippin. I hope I said that correctly.
Fun name.
They say, "Hi Patrick, hi Mary. In the behind the scenes of the dinner plan, you mentioned your imposter syndrome kicking in. Can you elaborate more on that part of the experience? How did you fight it? Did it ever go away? In discussions with the team, how did you decide which advice to listen to and where to stand your ground? Now seeing the movie, are there moments where you listen to somebody maybe more experienced but think that you shouldn't have?" Ooh, that would be some drama if you wanted to reveal that.
It would be. No, there's no drama. So
No drama.
I will say, so I have not watched the making of documentary about the dinner plan because I get very uncomfortable listening to people talk about me. And so I didn't watch it. But I did film, obviously, like I'm there talking in interviews. I believe what I said, this may have been edited and changed, but I believe what I said about imposter syndrome is that going into that production, because that was the first time I had directed something that had like a budget and like a full crew where it wasn't just me and my friends doing everything. I believe I said that I was worried that I might get imposter syndrome. And then when I had to direct a crew of like 40 people and like all of these experienced professional actors, that I might freeze up and like, get really indecisive or not know what to say to them because I felt like unqualified to be there. And then I believe what I said was I was relieved to not have that happen, to feel very comfortable on the set, giving direction to the crew and to the actors. And so I did not feel imposter syndrome. And so to answer your question, I got past it by not feeling it.
Imposter syndrome sucks. It's very hard.
It is. I to be clear, I still feel it in a lot of ways all the time, especially when it's like, oh God, like I'm a foolish YouTuber, and
Foolish YouTuber.
but like I've never been hired. I've never won an award. I've never been hired for a thing that I applied for because I just have like, on the one hand, it's like commendable that I've like built a thing independently, but also I have not had like an outside source like validating me for anything. And so there's always this sense of like, am I qualified to do stuff? If I haven't had some like respectable organization saying Patrick is good and qualified, then am I qualified? I still feel that all the time. But in terms of like directing on that movie, I thankfully felt very comfortable and good doing it.
Yeah.
And it was a smooth production.
Yeah, I was so happy to hear that.
Yeah.
I had a lot of imposter syndrome in my first year of teaching, and it sucked because when you're a teacher, you have to stand in front of a class and act like you know what you're doing. Mm-hmm. And I did not know what I was doing.
But also, to those kids, you're taller than them. And so they'd just listen to you.
Most of them I was taller than. I think you kind of have to just fake it till you make it and remind yourself that you're not supposed to be perfect. And if you can find like mentors and friends that you can, go to for advice or like talk to them about how you're feeling or lean on them or talk to like people in totally different fields than you that are also experiencing imposter syndrome, and you're like, but you seem like a very skilled, put together person, that's helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're great.
Thanks, Patrick. You're great, but you hate taking compliments.
Yeah.
You hate it.
But feel free to still give them. Okay, what's up next? What's up next?
Okay. Varun, or Varun?
I don't know.
Apologies for mispronouncing. Asks, here's a question that might give you mixed feelings.
Oh.
If you could get S.S. Rajamouli to make his Hollywood debut with a legacy sequel of an existing franchise, which one would you choose? We know your thoughts on a big chunk of legacy sequels, hence the mixed feelings warning. Also, are you excited for Varanasi, his next film?
I am so excited for Varanasi, obviously. I would like him to stay in India doing what he's doing and not be like, I don't want him to be like muzzled or, or compromised by the Hollywood system. That said, if he was given free reign to do a legacy sequel to a franchise, this is tough. Any superhero franchise or Star Wars have too many compromises. I don't know if this would be a legacy sequel. There was a movie in the 80s that's not especially good, so it could be a legacy sequel to that, although it would probably be more of like a reboot of the franchise, and I think they're making one right now, but whatever. This is not a franchise that I have ever cared about because it was a bit before my time. I think with Rajamali's style, if he did Masters of the Universe, like with like He-Man and Skeletor and everything,
Yeah.
I think that would so completely fit with the like larger than life, like mythic approach to filmmaking and action that he has. Also, you know, RRR makes such great use of a tiger, and doesn't He-Man ride on like a green tiger? I'm not an expert on that stuff.
So. Yeah.
But yeah, again, I'm not sure how this would be a legacy sequel, but I think that would be, if he had to do like an American IP movie, I think that would be an ideal choice.
Okay, next question comes from friend of the channel, William Price.
William Price.
AKA my best friend Francine's younger brother. William says, it was established on the Discord earlier this year that Francine is canon because of the OC video on the channel.
Yes, I believe in the video, Patrick explains the OC and why it's great. I mentioned how I got into the OC because I said, like, my sister's best friend told me I should watch it because there was a character who was just like me, and my sister's best friend meant Francine.
Francine.
Yeah, and I also we've said that you have two best friends, but you do have two best friends, Francine and Shannon.
Well, as Mindy Kaling famously said on the Mindy Project, best friend is a tier of friendship that one reaches. So I have many best friends.
Famously.
William goes on to say, Mary and I were discussing this at Fran and Ryan's baby shower, and I promised Mary I would ask the more important question for the Christmas video, is Mary canon? Putting you on the spot.
Yeah. I mean, outside of the Christmas Q&As, you have not appeared in a regular video in years.
In a long time.
But there are multiple regular videos from like 2017 through 19 in which Mary appears. So,
Also,
yes, Mary's
if,
canon.
Francine is canon from the mention in the OC video, then I think your sister that is mentioned referring to me would mean I was also canon.
Isn't it funny if you go through the stuff where it's like all the stuff with like other Patrick and the parents and in the Charles saga that no one ever mentions, like, oh, what's our daughter up to?
No
Living
one.
in Vermont.
Being happy. Sometimes. LC Ulrich says, what do you think about so many successful YouTubers seeking to escape YouTube, recently most notably in the form of directing films?
I mean, look, you know, there's a lot of good things about having a career on YouTube, but, you know, I don't know if it's trying to escape YouTube. It's that most people don't want to just do the same job forever. And YouTube is very much a treadmill where you know, there is just the constant pressure to make more and more of the same thing all the time and keep the content stream flowing.
Also, if you got into YouTube for, you know, who knows what your channel was focused on, but then you've built all these film skills because you've had to record yourself, it makes sense then to move the jump from YouTube to something like working in the more established film industry because you have a lot of those skills.
Yeah.
And then, like you're saying, it might be less of a grind. You're working on like longer form projects rather than just like monthly churning out videos.
Right. Like a lot of people who got into it, like especially years ago, back in the days when it didn't seem like you could have a like long-term career on YouTube, they didn't go into YouTube being like, oh, right, I'm coming into this with a clear plan and like a business plan and a strategy to like have this be the rest of my life. It's like, no, you kind of fell into it and just like you did stuff for fun and then it turned into a career. And then it's like, yeah, no, I had other goals when I started this and before this became my life. And yeah, like when I started YouTube, YouTube was not, this was not like a long-term career. This was something that I fell into on the way to the actual goal. And so, yeah, I think it's totally natural to, to leave a job eventually.
Drake
Drake.
asks, the rapper Drake.
Whoa! Hey, Drake, man, rough year for you.
Rough.
Hope you're doing okay.
Like couple of years, honestly. Okay, Drake the rapper says, hey Patrick, we met at a Halloween party a few years ago and talked for like 2 hours about The Last Jedi and the Josh Trank Fantastic Four movies. Yep, Drake the rapper.
Drake the rapper famously has a lot of takes on Josh Trank's Fantastic Four.
Yep. Hope you and your family had a wonderful Christmas. Thanks, Drake.
Thanks.
My question, will the unreleased episodes of Staff Picks ever get released, / do you own the rights to them? The first episode had a preview of unreleased episodes with a lot of cool people like Connor Ratliff. Oh yeah, Connor Ratliff! And it was a fun show. I'd love to see more.
For those who don't know what Drake the rapper is referring to, Staff Picks was a show that I co-hosted on Cracked a couple years ago. Yeah. Basically internal stuff. It involved like discussing physical media and movies. We would shoot it at like video rental stores. It was fun. Stuff internally at Cracked changed and they decided to stop making the show. I don't own the rights to it. I didn't even know all the episodes had not been released because again, good show made with wonderful people. I don't like watching myself unless I have to for like editing my own videos. So I never watched the episodes that were released. And so I didn't know they had not all been released. So basically I have no idea. I don't know what's happening there. And I hope the rest come out. It was really fun talking about movies. Like Connor was a great guest. We discovered at one point, like during, during the shooting, that we were like, oh wait, we both have moms from Ireland.
Oh yeah.
That was fun.
Dead Eyes, such a good podcast.
I mean, Dead Eyes is one of the best podcasts
Dead
ever.
Eyes.
Dead Eyes.
Yeah. Amy says,
hi, Amy.
hey Patrick.
Hey, Amy.
Love your work.
Thank you, Amy.
Have been a fan for about 7 to 8 years now.
Whoa.
And a woman.
I know.
We love when women are fans of the channel.
Any time.
Or non-binary people. Yay!
Truly, if you are a non-male identifying person, then you were in that special 10% of our audience.
Wait, me.
Well, you don't watch the videos.
Well, I don't have a lot of time.
But you know who does? Mom.
Yeah, and she's a woman.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm not trying to make you feel guilty.
Okay, Amy says, I hope you had a great holiday. In terms of my question, something that interests me with a lot of audiences today is that while they are super enthusiastic and excited about exploring films of the last 50 years, there seems to be a general lack of interest in pre-1970s films, with some exceptions like Wizard of Oz, 12 Angry Men, 2001, etc. Every generation of filmmakers takes a lot from the previous ones, but there seems to be a lot of ideas paid homage to in current films that people who are interested in the medium now don't really know. This isn't something that makes me angry or disappointed or anything like that, but it does cross my mind when I watch older films a lot. What are your thoughts on this one?
So, Amy, I think you are correct. I do think a lot of this lately, like in the past 15 years or so, comes from streaming and the way that like Netflix has basically nothing. I mean, like Netflix barely has anything from like before the 90s, and especially nothing from before the 70s. And so people will generally watch what is most easily accessible. And for a long time, that would be like movies that were just on TV. And so when people like had cable, when cable was how people would watch TV and movies the most, you know, TCM was
Turner
there.
Classic Movies, that's how I saw a lot of movies that I wouldn't have otherwise.
Exactly.
There was a period in high school when I had insomnia and I'd wake up in the middle of the night and I'd turn on Turner Classic Movies.
Hey.
Hey.
But yeah, TCM really helpful for that. But so when people don't have TCM, when people have Netflix, and Netflix does not have anything,
And you have
from before-
insomnia, and you get up in the middle of the night to watch a movie.
Exactly.
You're only going to see what's on Netflix.
Right, so people are just not, like, if people want to watch older stuff, they have to, like, seek it out and often, like, spend money to rent it.
Money?
I know.
Gross.
And so, and that's also a thing, like video rental stores made this more accessible
We
because...
don't have those anymore.
We don't have them anymore. So, yeah, because there are a lot of great movies made before the 70s. And the ones that you mentioned, things like Wizard of Oz, 12 Angry Men, 2001, those have also, because of, like, letterboxed culture, like, those come up so much as, like, oh, right, these are, like, you know, canonical, beloved movies that have almost become, like, meme-ified. But, yeah, we gotta find a way to get people to watch, I don't know, some, like... Frank Capra and some Preston Sturges and some Billy Wilder. Because of, like, the ways that people, like, consume movies now, I don't really know how to get people to watch more movies from before the 70s.
It's not your job.
It's not my job.
Let's move on. David wants to know, what's your preferred format to watch a movie? IMAX, Dolby Cinema, film, home theater. Whoa, don't lose your glasses.
I knocked my
Those
glasses
are
on my
important.
face. Well, I'm good.
Okay, what's it gonna be?
So IMAX, Dolby, film, home theater. Not at home. The AMC Lincoln Square IMAX is, like, maybe my favorite screen. That
he
there
has
is.
a favorite screen.
It's the biggest screen in North America.
Patrick, I have a favorite screen.
I do.
I love the movie so much that I have a favorite movie screen.
You've been there.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's large.
It's so big. But I don't necessarily want to watch everything there. So it's like for movies that kind of, like, you know, present a certain level of spectacle. Although that said, I saw Weapons there. And Weapons on, like, opening night with a sold out crowd on the Lincoln Square IMAX screen was great. I do love Dolby. Just, like, the picture and sound is so good. I think it depends on the movie. My real preferred thing is just in a theater with really good sound and projection and a good audience. That's it.
Here.
And then beyond that, it varies movie by movie.
Logan Smith says, seriously, how far do you run when you run?
Oh, that actually changed this year.
It did. Kind of because of me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I started running for the first time since, like, high school. I'm still not much of a runner. My fiance's a runner. Anyway, so I ran in, like, a little memorial race thing that was 5 miles, which is probably the farthest distance I've ever run. And I was like, Patrick, I ran 5 miles. I did it. And then Patrick was like, you know, I've never really run 5 miles.
I always run 4 miles.
Yes. And then, kind of inspired by that, you were like, well, maybe I'll try and run 5 miles.
Yeah, I was like, what if I did a different route? And then probably starting around, like, September, my main running route, I now do, like, a 5.5 mile route. Ooh. Although I always take a break from running when it gets really cold in the winter, mostly because because A, it's really cold, and B, I'm afraid of slipping on ice.
Me too.
Yeah.
Seth Johnson says, what's the best thing you've ever used as a bookmark? I've thought about this in a plate. Here's why I will tell you this. Because our family growing up, it was a regular occurrence that we would all gather for a meal at the dining room table, whether it's like dinner or breakfast, and we would all bring our own books or reading material, and then we would all eat our meal and collectively read together, but not talk. I did not know that this was strange until Patrick's friend in high school pointed out, and he was like, really? You're just gonna sit here and not talk to each other? And we were like, yeah, obviously we're just reading. So it was a typical thing that I'd have my plate and it would be propped so that the edge of my plate would be holding my book open. Because you know, especially when it's like the beginning of the book, and it won't just stay open by itself.
This is totally normal.
Yeah, so my answer is plate, and I've thought about it. Grant asks, what was the hardest part of filmmaking to give up doing yourself, since you had a wonderful and talented crew helping you make the dinner plan? Was there any aspect that you were like, oh, I really like doing this part, and I know this person can do it better, but
Well,
I kind of miss doing it.
I thought it might be editing. Everything in terms of the actual on-set production, I was like, great, please, more qualified people than me, do this stuff. And editing was always the thing where I was like, you have the most control there. I always edit everything that I make. I mean, my friend Ryan Alva is my co-editor on all the regular videos, but Ryan just works on the essay sections, and I do all the narrative stuff solo. And so I'd always been, like, what if I have an editor on something who's then like not a great fit, and because like editing is kind of the most important part of filmmaking, and Jack McCall, our editor on The Dinner Plan, is so good at his job. He's the regular editor on Jetlag on Nebula.
Oh, nice.
And so there's one Jetlag season where we took him away to work on The Dinner Plan. We had Jack on set, cutting together the film as we were shooting it,
Yeah,
which
that was so cool.
the aforementioned scene 7, which was so hard to put together, he was mostly working on that throughout the whole production. And then editing it, Jack did the initial assembly cut, and then would just walk over to my apartment every day, like cast the project from his laptop to my TV, and we would just like work on it together. It was such a good collaboration. He's so good. Just like he had ideas that I never would have thought of. Like we meshed so well together. So yeah. So I was worried that might be tough to hand off, and instead, it was great. It made it better.
It kind of seems like the theme with The Dinner Plan is like you've been doing everything by yourself for so long that it was actually such a pleasure
Yes.
to have collaborators and people who are really specialized in their skills that you could trust.
Let me tell you,
take on roles.
having like production designers and all that stuff who will like be like, oh, I have ideas about like the curtains and like the props and stuff or I figured out how to clog and overflow a toilet
Yeah.
so you don't have to. I was like, oh
Yeah.
my God.
Thank you.
Thank you. You've made my life so much easier, and you're so good at your job.
Yeah. Spoon wants to know, will Patrick play cricket again?
Outlook does not look good.
Rishab Singh asks, what aspect of directing gives you the greatest joy, and has it changed from when you first started out? It's a great question.
I mean, truly, like, when you've got a tricky shot that you ideally can't or don't want to do multiple takes of, or like too many takes of, and everyone on the set has to so like lock in together and be so focused to try to like nail this thing in like as few takes as possible, and just feeling everyone like working together like so in sync, and then kind of being like in charge of this. And, like, it really feels like commanding an army there.
Yeah.
And not something I have any actual aspiration to do, but this is the closest I ever want to get to it. But then being able to be like an action, and then feeling everyone working together, and you've like choreographed it and all of that, and then you say cut, and when you say we got it, and just like that's the feeling of like we all together are making a movie, and we love making movies, and we just made a thing, and it's so satisfying. That there's just like there's no greater high than that. Yeah.
And did that change from when you first started? Like, did you have a different answer?
No, genuinely, when I was in like junior high making stop motion animated Lego movies, and I would like finish a complicated shot and be like, oh my God, we got it. We got it. Look at that. It's just like, post-production, satisfying in its own ways, but like the thrill of on-set just getting a shot, that's a singular piece that on its own was so challenging. I think that's still the best.
Okay, next question comes from Octan, also known as Big A.
Octan Big A. What do
They
we got?
say, hey Pat, warm greetings from my little country of Kyrgyzstan. People from all around the world watch your channel, but I guess you already knew that if you have ever been on the YouTube analytics page, which you probably have. Okay, they ask, what movie did you rewatch the most in 2025?
Genuinely?
Yeah.
I think the movie I watched the most times in 2025 was Better Man.
Is that the Robbie Williams
Monkey movie.
monkey movie?
That you still have not watched.
I want to see it, sincerely.
Mary, nothing is stopping you. Any day you could just watch it.
I'm busy. I'm so busy.
You ever have an evening where you watch TV?
Yeah,
You just watch Better Man.
I could.
I think I watched Better Man maybe like 5 times.
Really?
this year.
5 times?
Yeah.
Goodness.
It's a terrific movie. I think it's like basically a masterpiece now.
Wow.
And the first time I saw it, I was just like, wait, that was like not bad. And then the more I thought about it and the more I watched it, I was like, actually, it's great. Actually, it is a masterpiece.
Yeah.
Yeah. Saw it again in a theater like a few weeks ago. Yeah, so it's the best. Blake
says, Dear Patrick and Mary, what was your favorite song performed at Live 25 and what would you add to the set list? Patrick, what's Live 25?
That's Oasis.
Oh, okay. I sadly did not get to see Oasis in concert.
Yeah.
But I heard all about it from Patrick and it sounded amazing. Did they sing She's Electric?
No.
Okay, well that's my clear choice. That's my favorite Oasis song.
Oh, wait, was that what would you add to the set list?
Yeah, that would be what I would add to the set list.
Well, okay, what was the best song?
What's your favorite song that they sang?
So, that's tough to answer because everything is a highlight. The set list is just spectacularly great. A year ago, we were here answering questions about like what would you like to hear in the set list?
Yeah.
And I remember being like, I would love to hear anything from Be Here Now. And we got 2 songs from Be Here Now. Truly having them actually play, do you know what I mean? Was like, as someone who like really rides hard for that song, I was really happy. But I think as much as it's again, like, you know, Don't Look Back in Anger with like 80,000 people in the stadium, like all singing their hearts out. It like religious experience, you know, Champagne Supernova at the very end, religious experience. Like the Poznan at Cigarettes and Alcohol, one of like I like literally like made a new friend during that because we just ended up like, you know, arm in arm around each other. Like just the best. But the second song in the set, when they play Acquiesce, and we all know it's coming. And we're all truly losing our minds, but like, just that song of like, the song that they couldn't play solo, because Liam sings the verses, Noel sings the chorus, and then when Noel sings, because we need each other, we believe in one another, and like the joy radiating out from like the entire stadium was something that I've never experienced before, and I think it's got to be Acquiesce, which I don't want to make it sound like it was all downhill from there, because no, it just like maintained that level from there. But like Acquiesce is the moment where it's like, this is really happening, and this is even better than I dreamed.
I'm so happy for you.
Oh, it was so good.
You got to be there.
It was so good.
The next question is for me. It comes from Matthew.
Matthew, what do you got?
Matthew says, what does Mary think of the state of the DC European Union being 1 year into James Gunn's reign? Well, you know, I think DC Europe going strong.
This is a reference to a couple of years ago.
No, Patrick, don't explain. Real fans know. You know, I think it was hard. Brexit was hard on DC Europe. They lost all those British superheroes. But I think the rest of DC Europe's going strong. The Euro's still doing pretty good. And yeah, James Gunn, him.
You totally saw the stuff. Yeah,
Yeah,
Mary
I
absolutely
totally know
watched
what's
Superman.
Oh, movies.
Yes.
I was thinking about the comics.
No.
Well,
It's about the new DC universe of movies with Superman.
I was still thinking about DC Europe.
You didn't see Superman.
No. I will say that the man who plays Superman seems like a perfect fit. I clearly know so much.
You were on summer vacation. You could have gone to see it.
Yeah,
I
but
think you'd like it a lot.
I didn't, but once again, would love to see it. But have I? No. I haven't.
So yes, Mary, that question is about movies.
Oh, I like James Gunn. Do I wish that he was Tim Gunn? Always. Every single time that I read or hear the name James Gunn, I wish that he was Tim Gunn from Project Runway, and I wish he said, "Make it work, make it work."
Okay.
That's what I think.
That's what Mary thinks.
Now you know. Thank you for
Wow,
asking.
the DC European Union.
Okay, I've been very excited to ask you the next question.
I wonder what it is.
It's gonna be fun, folks.
Is it?
Nadia Alonso says, "Hi, Patrick. What are your favorite tomato dishes? Happy holidays."
Thumbs down, none of them.
You'd never guess, but Patrick hates tomatoes. If you've seen The Dinner Plan, you might have guessed.
It's a deeply personal film.
If you haven't seen The Dinner Plan, go watch it.
Tomatoes? No thanks.
No tomatoes for Patrick. All for me. Okay, Daniel Caricus.
Daniel Caricus.
Great name. I don't know ya, but I like that name. Daniel says, "Hello, Patrick. Merry Christmas to you and your family and friends." Wow, I feel included. I live in Latvia. It is a small European country. Yes, Daniel, I've heard of it. Loved your channel for years.
Thank you.
I want to ask you, what is your favorite guilty pleasure movie? Mine is Jingle All the Way. Ooh, I like this question. My answer is Eloise at Christmas. It is a children's movie. It is an adaptation from the Eloise books, which if you don't know, you should.
She lives at the plaza.
She lives at the plaza. They were written in the 1950s. It is a made-for-TV movie. Julie Andrews plays her nanny. And it's filmed at the plaza, and it just feels so Christmassy.
New York's finest hotel experience.
Finest hotel experience. And honestly, I stand by it. It's freaking great.
I have no guilty pleasures.
I've tried to make him watch it for years, and he hasn't.
I think you tried in high school. I don't think
No,
you tried since then.
I tried in college. Actually, only discovered it, I think, maybe.
Wait, I think I watched it.
Oh, maybe you did.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I remember I've watched Eloise at the plaza.
It's great.
I recall it being a nice time.
It's very nice.
Yeah. So there you go. There's Mary's answer, and I don't believe in guilty pleasures.
Jesper,
Cool
name, says, "Hi, Patrick.
Hi, Jesper.
First one to say that the videos this year have been so great."
Thank you.
Again, compliments again. My question is, in honor of the reunion year for Oasis, what is your opinion on the albums that came out after Be Here Now? Shoulder of Giants, Heating Chemistry, Don't Believe the Truth, Dig Out Your Soul. Don't Believe the Truth is my personal favorite after the first two Oasis albums.
I think that of the 2000s albums, Don't Believe the Truth is the overall most consistent, probably overall the strongest album. My maybe hot take is Standing on the Shoulder of Giants, which I will say, for two reasons. One, it is the only album where they ever experimented with their sound. They have a very different producer on that one.
Experiment.
It has like drum machines and samples and electronic elements, and it doesn't sound anything like any of the other albums. And then it felt to me like the mixed reception to that album, it made them go like, ooh, okay, never mind. We're going to go back to basics and we'll never experiment again. So I like the sound of that album, and I wish they had like continued down that path. The thing is, I think half of that album rules. The other half of the album is not great. But the half that rules, because again, it opens with Fucking in the Bushes, which opens every one of their live shows. Oh. But then Go Let It Out, which I think is their best 2000s song, period. Then you've got Who Feels Love, which also sounds so different than anything else they did. But it's also got Gas Panic. And Gas Panic might be their second best song of the 2000s era.
Is that about someone farting?
No.
Is it about World War I?
No.
It's not?
I mean, maybe you could interpret it that way.
As someone farting?
I'm sure you can interpret the lyrics as either of those.
As someone farting in a trench on World War I. And it's Gas
You see what I deal with? Anyway, I think, but that album has some like phenomenal
You're
songs.
just not gonna react.
It then also has stuff like I Can See a Liar and Put Your Money Where Your Mouth Is, and the infamous Little James, the first song Liam ever wrote. And so it's like half of it I think is terrific, half of it is not good. But because of the sound and the stuff that's there, I go with that one. Although I will absolutely agree that Don't Believe the Truth is like an overall more cohesive album.
And that Gas Panic is about people panicking that someone farted.
I hate you.
I'm gonna stand by that. Yeah.
Thank you for the Oasis questions. They're my
Love
favorite.
it.
My favorite question. I just because I talk about movies all the time in videos. I'm like, yay! When I get to talk about anything but movies, I do love talking about movies. So don't get me wrong.
Remy Ors says, "Hello, Mary and Patrick.
Hello, Remy
Happy
Ors.
holidays from France. Thank you so much."
Oh my! So many European questions.
I know. We love it. DC Europe.
Les questions de France.
No.
No, yes.
Okay, my question is about the Blue Flame special series.
Aha.
The last episode about the infinite possibilities of train action scenes was released in October 2024.
Yup.
Can we expect to see a new episode in 2026?
Nope.
Love you guys.
So, Remy. This is Remy.
Yes, this is Remy.
So, wow, Remy from France.
Remy, good French name.
I'm
right
not
there.
gonna ask if you're a rat because I bet you get asked that a lot.
That's not very nice.
Well, Ratatouille.
I know.
It's like
I mean, he's the most charming of rats.
he is. So, Remy, here's the thing. The aforementioned Blue Flame special train episode. You may recall many references in the past year to that because it is the biggest failure we have had from a video in years.
Oh, yes.
It did not do well, famously. Yet we now sell Train Movies merchandise. And it had been a few years since we'd done another Blue Flame special, and the last time we did one, it also underperformed. So what I've learned here is that a small group of people loves those episodes,
Yeah.
and everyone else does not give a shit and doesn't watch them, which is not very encouraging for me making more of them. So maybe, but also, if I make one, I'm going to expect no one's going to watch it. Sorry.
The next question is important.
Okay.
Evan M says, "Do you have
Evan Emmons.
What?
Evan M.
Are you making an Evanescence joke?"
Evan Emmons.
I liked that.
Thank you.
The Christmas milk is hitting.
What do you mean? I'm not feeling any effects at all.
Okay, do you have any recommendations for socks that pair well with cozy sweaters? Yes, I do.
Mary does.
Here's what I'll say.
What?
Wear wool socks.
Well, I mean, yeah.
If you live in a place that has cold weather, don't be a fool and wear cotton socks. Cotton is one of the worst fibers to wear in the wintertime because as soon as it gets damp, it holds on to that dampness and then you are cold. Whereas wool naturally wicks away moisture and keeps your feet nice and dry. So don't wear cotton socks. Don't be a fool, especially thin little cotton socks. No. Get wool socks. And I'm gonna plug Darn Tough socks. They're made in Vermont. I still wear some smart wool socks, but Darn Tough are cushier.
Ooh.
And they have a lifetime guarantee.
Ooh.
So if your socks wear out in like the heel or something, you can send them back and get another pair.
Well, I wish you'd gotten me some for Christmas.
I'm sorry, we got Dad some.
None for Patrick.
None for Patrick.
I mean, here's the thing. Wool socks, I just thought that was like a given, that if you're wearing a sweater, it's that cold, you're wearing wool socks. I will say, this is like such a boring answer, but almost all of the socks I own are Bombas socks, and they are so consistently
Bombas are nice.
Warm and comfortable, and they're terrific. I usually just do their regular kind of ankle socks, but then I do have their thinner kind of was it calf high socks?
Oh.
And yeah, those are great. But yeah.
I can't wear calf-high socks because my calves are too large, and then they cut off my circulation.
Wow, humble brag.
I'm too muscular.
Wow.
Yeah. Connor asks.
Connor.
So what are we having in a traditional Willems Christmas dinner? What sides are we having? How many styles of potatoes? Veg? Dessert? I.e., what is the Christmas dinner plan? No disgusting tomatoes, obviously. Correct. No tomatoes
Obviously.
anywhere.
No.
Never. Here's the reveal on the Christmas dinner.
It's great.
It's exactly the same as the Thanksgiving dinner. Pretty much.
Why mess with perfection?
Well, here's the thing. So in Ireland, they don't celebrate Thanksgiving for obvious reasons.
Why?
Because it's not part of the United States and they didn't colonize.
Oh. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they're in DC, Europe. Right.
Yeah.
And so traditionally for Christmas dinner in Ireland, you have a turkey.
Yeah.
You have stuffing.
Yep.
You have mashed potatoes.
Uh-huh.
And so, for years, my mom felt pressure to make something different for Christmas dinner because we already had all of that for Thanksgiving. And then finally, she was like, I just really want to have my Christmas dinner that I grew up with. I want to eat the same things again. And we were all like, that would be awesome.
Yeah, Thanksgiving dinner is like our favorite meal of the year. Let's do it again.
Let's do it again.
So we have a turkey, and I will say, I know lots of people complain about like dry turkeys. Our mom is so good at the
she
turkey.
makes
It is
so
a
good.
juicy, perfect turkey.
The secret is cheesecloth. You soak the cheesecloth in a butter and white wine mixture, and then you drape it over the top, and you keep basting it with the butter and white wine
Relentless
mixture,
basting.
so it keeps the moisture in.
Yeah, so there's that. I make the stuffing and mashed potatoes.
His stuffing is so good,
Thank you.
and he has recently perfected the mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
I make the sweet potatoes. My mom makes absolutely perfect cranberry sauce. There's no canned cranberry sauce in sight. We will not have it.
For never. And
And I make pie.
And Mary makes the pies for dessert.
Yeah.
And every time we do this, our dad out back in the smoker,
He smokes something.
sometimes it's a second turkey, so
Like
we'll
a
have like a
smaller
roast
one?
turkey and a smoked turkey. Sometimes it'll be a goose or a duck.
A duck?
This year it was a ham.
Lamb?
So there'll be a secondary meat.
For Thanksgiving, he smoked some venison.
Oh, that was so good.
Delicious.
Yeah, so
He smoked backstrap, the filet mignon of the deer.
famously. So yeah, we've got two forms of potatoes. We have nothing green.
I used to make asparagus, but then it was collectively decided that we didn't really need anything green. And then this year I proposed again to my mom. I was like, I'd be happy to make like a salad or something if we wanted something green. And she was like, we don't need that. We don't need that. I will say that for the second...
there's gravy also.
Oh, and gravy. For the second year this Christmas, for the pie, I specifically made a tarte tatin, which Remy from France, you might be familiar with.
Ta-ta-ta?
Tarte tatin.
Ta-ta-ta?
Which is an upside down, like caramelized apple pie. So you caramelize the apples in a skillet in like butter and sugar. Then you put the pie dough on top of it, and you put the whole thing in the oven for about 20 minutes, and then you flip it once it comes out of the oven, and it's delicious. And Patrick is texting because he doesn't care.
No, I was reading a text.
He doesn't care about my tarte tatin.
Well, I've eaten it.
It was delicious.
It was great.
Oh, and for Christmas specifically, not at Thanksgiving, this is only Christmas time, we do a plum pudding, aka the figgy pudding, which is a very dense fruit cake that my mom makes months to sometimes a full year in advance, and it soaks in rum or brandy, and then we light it on fire.
Yeah, we pour like flaming liquid
So my
rum
mom makes
over
it, and then my dad is the one who pours the flaming alcohol.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Anyway, Christmas.
There you have it. Guillermo GLV says, as part of your research of cinematic video games, did you consider the Ghost of Yotai? It has 3 cinematic modes named after different filmmakers. Wow, that's cool. Kurosawa mode for black and white. Miike
Mike.
mode for more...
He made Audition.
Oh, scary. Miike mode for more blood, mud, and a closer camera, and Watanabe mode with lo-fi atmospheric music. You can combine any two of them or even all three. That's very cool. What do you think of this as a development in cinematic video games? Is it the right path to go forward?
So to answer your question, I obviously did not play that game for the video. I have heard about this. Brian Matolius, our beloved composer, told me about this when he was in town for the Dinner Plan premiere and we got dinner. And I was like, that sounds really cool. But also, I'm just sticking with the games that Jacob gave me on the list because, like,
Jacob. We trust in Jacob.
we trust Jacob. And, cause yeah, like 8 games was a good amount. And like, obviously we have gotten a lot of people reaching out being like, why didn't you include this game or whatever? And, look, the thing is, it had to be a manageable amount of games for me to play.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I thought Jacob made really good choices. And so yes, there are many things I could have played. This game sounds really cool. Filmmaker mode sounds really cool. There's only so much time. You know, you gotta make choices. You can't do everything, and this is what we did.
Patrick.
Mary.
A different one.
Another
Wait,
Patrick,
another
but not
Patrick.
Patrick?
You asked, who is or are your favorite AEW wrestlers? I don't think I'll probably know who any of these people are.
Probably not.
Unless
So,
you say The Rock, John Cena.
well, they're
not
WWE
even-
wrestlers.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Yeah. So I do not follow wrestling regularly, but as some people who follow me on Instagram knows, about maybe probably about like twice a year, my friend Siddhanth will bring me to a live wrestling event. I do not watch wrestling in between. I will just see like 2 events like 6 months apart, and so Siddhanth will have to like fill me in on all the storylines in between. I only watch it live, and I only go see AEW. My favorite, unsurprisingly, is Timeless Toni Storm. The one,
That's a good name.
she's the best.
She's a woman.
Yeah, Tony with an I. Her whole thing is she is like a 1940s movie star. She speaks in a mid-Atlantic accent.
Yeah.
Sometimes Ben Mankiewicz from TCM does her intros for her.
That's fun.
Her interviews and her videos are basically, as a character, she's just better than everybody else because she's just like a hilarious comedic character who, like, she has like fake movies that she starred in that she like talks about.
I love that.
She's,
I love made up lore.
She's an incredible actor, and she's so much fun. So Timeless Toni Storm. I love Orange Cassidy.
These are great names.
His thing is his whole character is basically inspired by Paul Rudd in Wet Hot American Summer, and then he's just wearing sunglasses and a denim jacket and jeans, and basically doesn't give a shit about anything. And his whole thing is he gives a thumbs up like that. It's the most low effort thumbs up. And the moment, I wasn't there for it, but I just watched the video. The moment when Orange Cassidy came out, and then he brought out the Rizzler, who was just dressed like him. But actually, no. We went to AEW in Newark in November, and the Rizzler was there. And seeing the Rizzler live, I know he's not an actual wrestler. I know he was there to support, Big Boom AJ. But I mean, like the
Big Boom AJ.
Yeah, and his son Big Justice, and but seeing the Rizzler live was just like one of the most incredible moments of the year. He's not technically a wrestler, but he's basically a wrestler. And who else do I like? I mean, Samoa Joe is cool. I know we were supposed to not like Ricochet, but like I think Ricochet is really fun, and I love guys who flip around and jump a lot. Sorry, wait.
Who flip around and jump a lot?
Yeah, Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay, I think, is like the most fun guy to watch. He's so good. And also I got a shout out to John Silver, aka Johnny Hungy. Mostly he's a little guy, and I think Johnny Hungy is the funniest name. And those are my guys.
That answer was all over the place.
Well, I said a lot of normal words like Rizzler and Johnny Hungy.
I have a spider bite on my foot and it itches. It itches a lot.
I'm leaving that in the video.
It itches.
Well, I'm sorry.
It's on the top of my foot. Everybody knows it's the worst spot to have a bug bite.
It's true.
Alex Hall says, what do you think about Timothée Chalamet's new social media focused marketing for Marty Supreme? Is this the new way for actors to truly become movie stars once again?
I will say, in terms of the first part of the question, I think the Marty Supreme marketing is the most incredible movie marketing I have seen in years. The Zoom call and the blimp and just the constant use of Chicago Bulls intro music, the thing on the sphere.
Oh, yeah, that was great. I'm not even on social media anymore, but Patrick showed me it, and it's hilarious.
It's so weird and entertaining, but also just like the way he just keeps saying, Marty Supreme Christmas Day, Marty Supreme Christmas Day. It's like, it's working. And it's also like all these stunts, like the sphere and the blimp, they basically have like nothing to do with the movie, which also just makes them funny. In terms of the second part, I don't think this marketing is making him a movie star. I think this is working off of him already being a movie star and then utilizing that pull and that reach and also just the charisma and ability to sell a movie. And like weaponizing it and also just like giving him clearly a lot of control. Just like Chalamet has been very interesting for a long time and just really entertaining.
I just call him Timmy.
We love Timmy.
Timothée.
But yeah,
the
but
little stick boy.
I just think he's great. And I don't know what, I want to see an oral history of the Marty Supreme marketing because I think it's so great and so effective.
I think maybe my chair is slightly broken.
I think maybe they both are.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm happy to see a star like him being like so willing.
Would you say that a star is born?
Oh, no, I think he was already born.
A star is born.
Mary, next question.
Okay.
Next question.
Andrew B says, hello, Patrick and Mary. Hope you had a Merry Christmas. We did. Thank you, Andrew B. Quick cue. I know the PHW channel puts in the good work around knitwear. Oh, you know they do. But what are the thoughts on outerwear? Best movie jacket? Best jacket you've ever had? Have a happy new year. Well, he has an amazing winter coat right now. Woolen.
Should I get it?
Get it. And here he comes now.
Okay. So here I am. This is my coat.
Yeah.
I love this coat. It's a good coat. Here's the thing that I believe.
What do you believe?
I think that if you live in New York, this is only for New York.
Okay.
I think if you are a resident of New York City, your wardrobe needs to have what I call a big fuck off winter coat.
Yeah.
And as in a wool coat that goes to your knees. I think that's just like a necessary staple of the wardrobe.
Mm-hmm.
I feel strongly about outerwear. Knitwear, I think I know more about. Mm-hmm. But I will say, after we did the sweaters episode, I'm getting so warm. After we did the sweaters episode, people did ask about like, oh, would you do any other like clothing related videos? And I was always like, the one that would make sense that I think there's material for is an outerwear video about coats and jackets. Specifically things like the big fur coat that Warren Beatty wears in McCabe and Mrs. Miller. Like stuff like you've got like that coat. You've got, like all of the coats in the Matrix movies.
Oh yeah, so good. Trinity's coat.
But yeah, there is a lot you can talk about with outerwear that I think is like, oh my God, like the Blade Runner coats, the Harrison Ford's coat in the original Blade Runner, Gosling's coat in 2049. So much stuff.
Do you need more Christmas milk?
Yes, Mary. So I think that's a really good question. And to be clear, no immediate plans for it, but I could make an outerwear video. And for now, I'm going to take this off because I'm overheating. I will say also, since I'll probably get a question about that, this coat is from Wythe, W-Y-T-H-E. Actually, this shirt is from there as well. Excellent company. They're not a sponsor. They've never given me free stuff. I would love free stuff if anyone from there is watching. But yeah, there you go. Mary, come back. Question.
I'm back.
She is back.
Okay. Jay wants to know, did your dad make that toboggan from your Instagram story? That feels on brand. Yes, he did. The one on the Instagram story that was posted yesterday?
Today.
Is his first toboggan,
He made a second one.
which is even bigger and more improved.
Mark II.
Mark II, he's a very talented woodworker, which I don't know if you've ever posted anything about that. But yeah, he...
And the wood it's made from is from the land around here. And those 2 toboggans were used when we competed this year and last year in the National Toboggan Championship in Camden, Maine.
Brian and Madeline Matolius, friends of the channel. Brian is the composer for all of Patrick's videos, and Madeline
is the animator who did our title sequence that people are constantly asking about.
Yes, we love them. They say, hi, Mary. Hi, Pat. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to the whole family. Thank you.
And to you as
and
well.
Back to you. What Christmas movies have y'all watched this year? Thoughts? Well, since we've been home, as a family, we've watched Love Actually, Die Hard, and National Lampoon's Christmas. Christmas Vacation?
Yeah.
No, just Christmas is the first one.
Christmas Vacation.
It is Christmas Vacation.
It's
They're
the
all
Vacation
Christmas
series. And I, in theaters a week earlier at the IFC Center, went with some friends to see It's a Wonderful Life because they play it there every year.
Oh, nice.
And Donna Reed's daughter does like an intro.
Aw.
I'd never seen it in a theater before. And it's really fun to just be sobbing along with like, I don't know, like a packed, sold out crowd.
And at home, in the comfort of my own home, I have watched Home Alone,
Hey,
the 90s version of Little Women,
hey.
and as I mentioned earlier,
Rudolph.
the Rudolph movie. Oh, and we watched Last Holiday with Queen Latifah. Love it.
Haven't seen it.
It's fun. She thinks she's gonna die. And so she gives herself...
Oh, she thinks it's her last holiday?
Yeah, she thinks she's gonna die.
I didn't know that's what it was about.
And LL Cool J is the love interest. And Gerard Depardieu appears.
What?
It's very fun. She takes herself on like one last like extravagant vacation to the Alps. And it's very fun.
Wow.
It's very fun.
Did she die?
No. Turns out that the MRI was malfunctioning and she actually doesn't have tumors in her brain. And
Spoilers for the last holiday.
she's fine.
Well, that's good.
It is good.
Yeah.
It's happy. Okay, so a lot of people have been asking some specific questions, and
Okay.
I would like you to wait to answer until I read off. There are 3 questions.
Okay.
So we have the first question from Gordon Demowski says, why haven't you made Adam Lance Garcia canon? His jawline is legendary.
I'm so mad.
Brandon F says, is this the Christmas that Adam finally becomes canon? And Adam Lance Garcia himself says, what will it take to finally give the people what they want and to hashtag make Adam canon? Patrick,
More than this.
but his jawline is legendary.
According to who?
According to Gordon Demowski.
I don't know who that is, and
It's
I
not
think
a
that's
great name.
debatable.
Demowski, more like debatable.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think
You people have got to stop listening to Adam when he begs you to harass me in these questions.
Well, personally, I agree with Gordon, Brandon, and Adam.
No, you don't.
I do. Adam is one of the nicest people I've ever met.
Doesn't mean he should be canon.
I think it does.
No, it doesn't.
He's very nice.
He's,
He has a legendary jawline.
no, he doesn't.
He's very nice.
You can't just say, like, to be legendary, you have to earn it. You can't just be like, man,
Hasn't he earned it?
that microwave is legendary.
Are you comparing Adam to a microwave?
No, I'm not. I'm comparing his jawline to a random, insignificant item.
That's mean.
Yeah, being mean to Adam is one of my hobbies. It brings me more joy than almost
No!
anything else in the world.
Well, I'm on Adam's side.
Don't be.
And I'm a fan favorite, as I have personally declared myself.
You're all ganging up on me, and I don't appreciate
Well,
it.
Adam, I personally think that you should be canon.
Why?
Because he's nice.
Because you're canon?
Yeah.
And is it so great?
Yeah, it is. I have clout.
Yeah, well, I don't want to give Adam clout.
Well, I do.
Okay, well, good thing this is a dictatorship.
I'm Patrick, and I'm a dictator.
This isn't a cheerocracy.
Okay, well, along those lines, Fareed M
God.
says, question about the hashtag Adam thing. What is it even? People keep asking for years. I don't know what it refers to, and I don't want to use an AI to ask such stupid questions.
You're better off.
Could you tell me what it means and how it became a joke? Mary Chrysler.
Mary Chrysler?
That's what it says. I'm not sure if it's an autocorrect, but Fareed, I loved that.
This is tough now because I also don't want you to use an AI because
He hates AI
because
for good reasons.
no one be using AIs. Kill the AIs.
No one be
We-
using AI.
We gotta stop the entity before it destroys the world. So I don't want to talk about Adam, but I also don't want you to use AI to look this up.
Okay.
I will say Adam Lance Garcia is an acquaintance of mine in New York.
And by acquaintance, he means friend.
And
They're very good
in
friends.
late 2020, when Matt left the show, and in an episode, I call Jake and I say, Jake, we have to get a new cast member. Adam decided to launch a campaign to become the new cast member. As you probably know, Chloe became that new cast member. Chloe, much better than Adam.
So mean.
We have enough men on the show.
Well, you do.
Chloe is beautiful and talented.
That's true.
What can Adam do? Not sing.
He can be charming.
He
He introduced you to Josh Hartnett.
shut up. Don't make me
He
have to-
did that.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, Adam launched a campaign that has not ended about wanting to be canon on the show, and the more he begs, the more I have to refuse, because I can't give him the satisfaction. Anyway, that's it. That's Adam. Next question.
Harmonia says, when having an open sandwich with cold cuts and cheese, which one is on top? Harmonia, the answer is neither. Because I'm against open-faced sandwiches.
Yeah.
They're messy. Stuff always falls off.
What's the appeal?
Simply have a regular sandwich, 2 pieces of bread.
Bread is great.
Bread is
Why
great
are
and
you removing
delicious.
half the bread from the sandwich?
And also, if I'm gonna have cheese on a sandwich, the ideal situation is cheese, fillings, more cheese. Double cheese.
Yeah, also, I like to have
Double
cheese
cheese,
on,
double bread.
I like cheese on top and then have it toasted so the cheese melts like down
Or
over
you
the...
can have what I talked about last year, which is a toasted cheese,
Oh, yeah.
which is the ultimate in snacks.
Uh-huh.
Where you toast 2 pieces of sourdough bread and then you grate about half a block of very sharp cheddar cheese and you put the grated cheese on the bread, between the bread.
Okay.
And then it ever so slightly melts, but it's not really fully melted.
Are you going to explain this every year?
It's so good. You should all go eat it.
Is this a good video?
Yeah.
I think we're on fire right now. I think we're just getting warmed up.
Bed is on fire. Okay, I'm going to attempt to speak a little bit of Spanish.
Whoa! You're a brave woman,
In
Mary.
advance, I am so sorry because I actually don't speak any Spanish at all.
Nor do I.
At all. Okay. Luami asks, well, first they say, Saludos desde Galicia, España. Could you say where all the knickknacks you have on your desk are from? I love, all caps, your videos, and I agree that sagas should have an ending. The finale from The Good Place made me cry, and it was so satisfying. That's a show that knew when to end and not to drag out the story forever. Agree. Loved the ending to The Good Place.
Okay.
Knickknacks.
All the knickknacks on the desk.
That's a lot.
It's fun you ask because, hey, they probably will not appear again.
Really?
Yeah, the season's over. It's a new era coming up next. I believe the crocheted or is it needlepoint? I should know this. Fran Paddington 2 poster. My friend Victoria McNally made that.
I believe that's needlepoint. That's not crochet.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
She made that. She has a store online. I'll put the link in the description. That basically with patterns for needlepoint movie posters.
Cool.
So she made me that. Is it pewter? I think the pewter Batman statue was given to me by the aforementioned Adam. He mailed it to me.
Who is your friend?
During lockdown in 2020.
Nice.
The other
and cares about you.
The other Batman, the little plastic one, it's one of the Batman black and white figures. It's based on the Darwin Cook Batman design. My friend Kevin Church gave that to me. The Poochie action figure is just from these Super 7 line of Simpsons action figures, and I love Poochie. Whenever Poochie's not on screen, I'm asking, where's Poochie?
Where's Poochie? I want more Poochie.
And the little chibi Succession characters. Emma gave me that.
Oh.
And the trains I just bought online and added them because people talked about the train videos so much. People didn't watch them, people talk about them a lot. So I added the trains myself, and I think that's all the figures on the desk. There you go. I love how we just have a whole spreadsheet for these questions. We use the back in the day, like, I don't know, a few years ago, we did this by just like posting like on Twitter, hey, submit questions, and Mary would just be scrolling through replies to a tweet.
And now I can color code because you might not know, but I love a spreadsheet. I'm very good at spreadsheets.
She loves a spreadsheet.
Jordan Bosch says, Merry Christmas, Patrick and Mary. Thank you.
Merry Christmas, Jordan.
In the conversation around the importance of physical media preservation, not enough credit is given to the role of public libraries. I agree. Which in many ways have filled the niche left by video rental stores. Agreed. As a librarian who maintains our branch's movie collection, I, Jordan Bosch, feel it is an important thing to emphasize for folks who don't know. Do you ever rent movies from the library? So no, I personally don't rent movies from the library. I am a school librarian. So I'm not a public librarian, but I freaking love libraries. And I feel like it's one of the very few things about American culture that we can be extremely proud of is our library system. We have a more extensive library system than almost any other country in the world. And they provide so many public services. And seriously, for anybody out there who wants to save a little bit of money, get a library card and freaking use it. Like, you don't even have to go there physically in person if that is not feeling very accessible to you. I've already mentioned the Libby app. There's also Overdrive, and there's a lot of other apps depending on like what branch you have, but you can get free audiobooks, free ebooks, like
things like Canopy, you can get movies.
But you can also get streaming videos, and then you can also go and, like Jordan is saying, you can check out physical Blu-rays or DVDs. So I personally do not tend to check out physical Blu-rays and DVDs. And I actually haven't really availed myself of the streaming videos either, but I've been thinking lately, like, oh, I should kind of make use of that. But yeah, libraries are the best. And
I have nothing to add.
Yeah.
Great question, great answer.
Woo! Prince Albert in the Can wants to know, what is Mary's favorite scene in the dinner plan? So, I've actually I've only seen it once because I wanted to wait to see it on the big screen. And Patrick kept being
way no one else got to see it.
Yeah, I feel very privileged to have seen it on the big screen. And Patrick kept saying, like, I can just send you a link. And I was like, no, I want to see it on the big screen with an audience, which was amazing. Because if you've seen it, you know, like, it's such a stressful movie. Like, it was so great to see with an audience where there were just, the audience was reacting to, like, so much in the movie. And people were, like, groaning and... there were so many like anticipatory things. So it was so great to see it with a full audience. But I've only seen it once, so it's hard to pick a favorite scene.
Is it when Dad shows up?
Well, I was gonna say, I think the toilet clogging and then unclogging is so great. Francine, who was mentioned earlier in the video, was sitting next to me, and the scene where the toilet becomes clogged and then he sticks his hand in the toilet to try and unclog it. Francine just was going, oh no, and then at one point she said, gross. And it was such a good reaction. I really loved that.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that, and then I loved when my dad showed up for his very brief cameo.
He's a star.
Scene stealer. I really love the opening scene. I feel like it reveals so much about the character. Like, I think it's a very well crafted scene and a very well written scene.
Well, that's very nice.
Well, I like you, and you're actually very good at what you do.
Thank you, Mary.
And then, the end scene with all the vomiting is incredible.
Yeah. Okay, that's enough. Let's move on.
That's enough spoilers. Okay, the next question is very important.
Okay.
Noah Sandifer wants to know, do you like the movies?
Wait, do I like what?
The movies.
Has your Vin Diesel impression
Gotten
now
worse?
gotten to the point where you're saying duh instead of the?
No, that's how he wrote it. He wrote D-A space M-O-V-I-E-S.
So is that a reference
movies.
to you and your Vin Diesel impression? Or
I
is that just
believe it
being, do you
is.
like the movies?
I'm interpreting it as a reference to me.
Because if I were to
I'm
write
focused on myself.
Mary's Vin Diesel impression out, I would write, do you like brackets Vin Diesel voice, then all caps, the movies with like 5 O's. If you're new here, Mary does the best Vin Diesel impression.
Apparently someone recorded it and then plays it every time before they watch a movie, which is shocking. But Patrick, do you like the movies?
I must confess, I do like the movies.
I do too, even though I don't watch many movies.
I thought you were going to say, I do twovies. Like the movies.
I wish I'd said that. Matt, I don't know if it's Matt Torpy.
I know a lot of Matts.
There's a lot of Matts. Matt says, have you read any novels this year? What are your favorite novels of all time? I have read novels this year.
So have I. All time is too big a question.
I think I read, as much as I absolutely love books, but sometimes I can get kind of in a rut when it comes to reading.
I'm so sorry.
You're interrupting me.
No, in regards to the question earlier about AEW wrestlers, Shazana just sent me a link to a video of Timeless Tony Storm and Orange Cassidy dancing together.
Amazing.
And I'm like, usually like the women and the men aren't in the ring at the same time.
Okay.
So
in terms of reading, obviously I'm a librarian and I absolutely love to read, but sometimes I can get in a kind of rut where I'm just not reading a ton of books regularly. Like I tend to go through spurts where like I read a lot and then I have a dry spell. So I set a goal for myself. I think at first it was to read 20 books this year, and I think I've gone quite over that. So I've read a lot of novels this year. Let's see. One of my favorites was Slow Dance by Rainbow Rowell, who is the author of Eleanor and Park, if you've heard of it, which was a huge young adult novel. Would really recommend that too. She's also written a bunch of comics, but Slow Dance is more of a adult. It's a romance story, but it's not like romance. But that was really beautiful. I'd really recommend that. And then favorite novels of all time. One of my most favorite books of all time is Black Swan Green by David Mitchell.
Great book.
I tried to get Patrick to read it for about 15 years.
And I did.
And then he finally did, and then he was like, oh, it's so good! And I was like, I know, I've been telling you.
I like how I'm being shamed for taking your advice and reading a book and agreeing with you that it was great.
Even though I don't actually tend to watch or read the things you suggest. I know.
You said it, not me.
I'm terrible.
I'm just going to say a novel I recently read. So I've been reading some Donald Westlake books.
Who's that?
One of the great American crime novelists. And I especially enjoy his long series about a thief named Dortmunder. The first one was made into the film The Hot Rock, one of the great heist movies ever made, starring Robert Redford.
Oh, we saw that. You showed that to me.
But the third book in that series, called Jimmy the Kid, which I don't think was ever made into a movie, is so good and has one of the wildest premises of a heist novel I've ever read, literally involving, as a major plot point, it involves a novel written by the actual author, but his pseudonym.
Oh.
So it's convoluted if I try to explain it, but it's great in the book. It's so clever and funny, and it's like 190 pages. Westlake is like one of the best to ever do it. Highly recommend everything by him. He also like wrote the Parker books under the pseudonym Richard Stark.
Nice.
There we go.
Well,
Mary, what's up next?
Continuing on this theme, what are some of your and your sister's favorite books that you've read this year, or just in general in the past? The Murderbot books were my big discovery this year. I heard about the Murderbot TV series, and I think I listened to like Pop Culture Happy Hour, little podcast episode about it, and I was like, oh, that sounds really interesting. But then I was like, maybe I'll check out the books, because one of the critics that they had on that episode was like, oh, the books are so good. And they were like, they're also, most of the books are novella length, and the audiobook is fantastic. And I was like, I love an audiobook. I love like a short and sweet kind of, adventure book. They're so good. I listened to, I think, the first 5 or 6 of them. They're so good. The main character is so compelling. I tend to love a sci-fi book that is really interrogating, like, what does it mean to be human, right? And looking at, like, clones or AI or robots or aliens, and just kind of investigating, like, what does it mean to be human, or, like, of human consciousness. Anyway, they're funny. They're like really good mysteries, and the narrator, Josh Freed, Jacob Freed, the narrator is fantastic. So
the reader in the audiobooks.
Yeah, I would really recommend the Murderbot Diaries in audiobook form, especially.
Another one that's not about film that I want to mention that I read this year that was phenomenal was I just wanted to make sure I got the author's name right. There's Always This Year on Basketball and Ascension by Hanif Abdurraqib.
A sports book?
A sports book.
What?
It has been recommended to me by, I think, multiple friends. I think my friend Trace Dean was the first one to recommend it. It's a like sort of memoir about like growing up in the Cleveland area, but also like basketball fandom growing up there, and especially like coinciding with like kind of coming of age around the ascension of LeBron James and like following his career. Just kind of a very hard book to describe in like one line, but really like one of the more profound, beautiful things I've read all year. Highly recommended, even if you don't care about sports. Like, I don't really.
Oh, I forgot about another one. Okay, a book that I just read that I absolutely love that I gave to our dad for Christmas is called Gather, and it's by Ken Cadeau, and it's technically a young adult, and it's set in rural Vermont, which is where I teach. And the book reminds me a lot of my students, and it's very much about like what it is like to be living in like rural poverty in America, and this kind of ethos of thinking where school is not very relevant to your existence, but like having like knowledge of like the land and the woods and like the ability to like fix things and fend for yourself is like this passed down knowledge that's very appreciated. I don't know. What are words?
What are words?
What are words? Anyway, love it. I absolutely loved it. Would really recommend Ken Cadeau's Gather. It was a finalist for the National Book Award last year. Really great. Jacob McDonough says, thoughts on Greta Gerwig's upcoming Narnia adaptation? Was Narnia ever big for you as a child? I especially associate it with Christmas. Yes, we read all of the Narnia books as children, and I don't think I knew until your question, Jacob, that she was adapting the Narnia books, but I'm excited because I love Narnia. I didn't really love the old movies, and I love Greta Gerwig, so I'm excited.
I remember like reading and loving all the Narnia books as a kid, but
I love
also
Reepicheep.
yes,
The little
but also
sword-fighting
I
mouse.
haven't read them since like I don't know, maybe second or third grade, and so I barely remember most of them. They were books that I read, but they were not like the biggest books for me as a kid. It is honestly a thing where I'm like, I love Greta Gerwig. I don't know why she's making this. And
They're offering her a lot of money, and she can probably do some interesting things with it.
there are, but here's the thing. After Barbie, she can do literally anything.
Yep.
And so I would have thought that after Barbie, she would go and do some like more personal stuff, or like I don't know, more stuff along the lines of like Lady Bird and Little Women, and so I'm really hoping that she has like a really great take on Narnia. I would love a great Narnia movie, but I'm also like, I would rather have another Lady Bird or Little Women instead of a Narnia movie. So I'm just like, look, I will be there. I will absolutely see it like opening day. I hope it's terrific. I still don't know what her take on this will be, but we'll find out.
Sean Gillum. He says, greetings, Will Sibs. You get extra points for using Will Sibs.
It's true.
Which is our official title as siblings.
Official.
Official. I officially made it our official title. I'm back with a yearly Josh Hartnett question.
Ooh.
Yay! As you may have noticed, since the Hartnetting began...
The heartening.
Yeah, he wrote it wrong, but that's okay.
Okay, sorry.
Since the Hartnetting began, he hasn't had the opportunity to work with many major directors besides Christopher Nolan and M. Night Shyamalan.
Pretty big directors.
Those are pretty big directors. Who are 3 popular directors you'd like to see Josh paired with in the near future? I'd personally love to see him work with Sam Raimi, especially since Sam seems to have gotten his mojo back after seeing him in Trap. I think Josh could easily match that wild Raimi horror energy. Interesting. I'd also love another collab with Michael Bay or a first-time collab with Rian Johnson. Hope the Willems family has a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Wow, who do I want Josh to work with? Ooh, that is a big question. A lot of people. I mean, I could say everybody. I think Josh would do very well in a Michael Mann movie.
Ooh.
I'm just gonna say that. I would also like to see Josh in a Celine Song movie. I think that could be very fun.
Now, when you say Celine song, what I think you were talking about is a Celine Dion song.
Yes, I would like to see Josh Hartnett in the music video for a Celine Dion song.
Now, I would like that too.
Yeah, I think that would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, again, Sam Raimi would love to see that happen. I think if there's a 4th Knives Out movie, I think Josh would be great in an ensemble for one of those. I think that would be a really... Actually, that's maybe like the most obvious use of him. Like, yeah, that could be really excellent. So yeah, Rian Johnson, if you're watching this, give Josh Hartnett a call.
Give him a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people have asked along the lines of, how do you choose topics? Dylan M. asked how you choose topics for videos. Chad Von Siak asked that. And Liam Daly. And maybe even some other people. How do you pick your topics for your video essays?
Yeah, there is not any smooth process. It's just, it's like asking anyone, where do your ideas come from? It's usually, just kind of like organically through conversation. And then I have the seed of the idea.
Think about them for a long time.
Yeah, and then I think about it. I always say that they marinate for sometimes years before I finally am like...
In your noggin.
They're ready to go. How you feeling, Mary?
Oh, a little bit drunk.
A little bit drunk.
Little bit drunk. Okay, Ryan says...
Ryan.
Our 7-year-old loves your videos and sleeps with his stuffed Nobbles every night. That's so cute. Ooh. Are there going to be any further additions to the Patrick Willems plushie universe? P.S. I also hate Oh my god. I also hate tomatoes. I almost said tomatoes? I don't know. I also hate tomatoes, and that was the funniest film I have ever seen. Look, people like your movie.
Let's fucking
Yeah.
go.
Woo.
Plushie universe? Well, first we probably need to sell out all of the plush novels we made.
Buy them.
So buy a plush novels. Just give it to some random person you know. Truly, I really cannot overstate how much I don't know what we're doing next year. Will there be new characters? I don't know. Will previous characters return? I don't know. We'll see. I will say the development process for plushies, especially the one for the novels, can take so long. I really wanted to have those out like a year earlier, but they took so long to get the design right. And so yeah, would love more plush toys, but we'll see. I don't know. Should we just do a plush Patrick?
That would be weird.
I don't think we will.
What if I bought a plush version of my brother and I just sat it in my apartment? And every day I came home, I said, "Hi, Patrick." That would be pretty weird.
You could.
Kenny S. says, admittedly, not a question, but my sister bought me a Nobbles plushie this year for Christmas, and he is my favorite gift, bar none. Love ya, Patrick and Co.
Thank you. Is that Kenny?
Kenny S.
Thank you, Kenny. Austin says, can we expect to see another inevitable Star Wars video? No, I don't think so. Highly unlikely. Matt says, what do you want to do when you decide you don't want to do this anymore?
Direct real movies.
I mean, I feel like I've made that pretty clear. Nick Piers says, has your recent exploration into video game narratives made you feel like playing more games? Yeah, a little bit. Will I have time? I don't know. Related second question, were there any games recommended by Jacob Geller or others that didn't make it into the video? By Jacob, no. He gave me those 8. Many other people have suggested video games to play, and I've been like, sorry, nope, we've capped it at these 8. Rowan says, I have 12 Angry Men, The Irishman, and Anora on Criterion. Which film should I get next? There's like...
That's a wide range.
There's like 1,300 movies in the Criterion collection. Get anything that you like. Just don't hesitate. Just buy them. Get addicted to buying Criterions. It's a fun way to like spend your money. And you know,
they have a big sale once a year.
Multiple times a year. They do a lot of sales.
Maybe catch a sale.
Yeah. Wait for a flash sale.
Catch a Criterion sale and
Put it in your pocket. Damien says, as someone living in a rural area, your life being in New York City,
Hi.
making videos and being connected to cinema like you are seems like an absolute dream. Any advice to those who want to pursue a life like that when it seems far out of reach? Love your work and love the work you and your crew do, man. Thank you, Damien. Well, look, I'm from a rural area. We are currently here in a house in the woods.
I also used to live in New York City. Here's my advice if you want to move to a place like New York City. Just get there. Like, see if you have anyone you know there that you can sleep on their couch for a little while, like couch surf. It's often hard to apply for jobs when you're not there.
Yeah.
New York City, like, employers, they're like, if you're not here, we don't necessarily trust that you're going to be able to get here. So it's easier to job hunt when you're there.
Yep.
And just, like, get a job that helps you get an apartment. Once you have income, then you can figure out how to get closer to the industry you want to get to.
I will also say, as much as this seems like potentially bad advice, I think it's good advice. I have seen so many people be like, oh, I'm going to move to New York. I just need to like wait until I have this much saved up or until I reach this point.
Yep.
And truly, I think both of us moved to New York when we
had very little savings.
Basically nothing. And we're just like, look, if it doesn't work out, we can just like move back home or whatever.
Yeah.
We just have to go or else maybe we'll never go.
And we had the privilege of like you were already there when I moved. So I like slept on your couch for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And we both had like quite a like friend community that was already there, and we're not that far from home. It's like 4 hours. So I do understand that it's more daunting if you're moving from farther away, but definitely just it's easier to just go there and then try and get established once you're there than doing it from afar.
Yes, it is very possible, and if you put it off until like you feel like, you know, you're like ready to do it, or you like have enough saved up, you might just never get there.
Yeah, you might just always put it off.
Another question. John Holt says, Patrick really missed the podcast about Keanu Hart at Infinity Cast. Any chance we could see you return to podcasting regularly anytime soon? Only if I get paid for it, which is a thing that I never did.
Yep.
So hey, if you're at a podcast network, if we can get paid, we'll bring back Can't Get Enough of Keanu. But I can't justify losing money on that podcast anymore.
Can't get enough of Keanu.
Jasper W says, who is the best musician turned actor?
Ice-T. Successful. You know, he's successful.
He's on so many episodes of Law & Order SVU.
Yeah, he really made it.
He must be the best one.
There you have it. I need to go to bed. I'm tired.
So
Drink a lot of Christmas milk.
So Mary is dying now.
I'm tired.
Because for your entertainment. So I hope you're all happy.
Probably gonna be hungover. I'm in my 30s. I can't drink like I used to.
Oh, Mary, thank you for doing this. These are fun.
I'm old now.
You know what the toughest part of these Q&As is?
No.
We never know exactly when to stop.
No, we don't.
We never know, like, have we done enough? Should we do more? If we pick one more question, will that be like a perfect, beautiful, transcendent
sadly,
ending?
there was no, what was it, Red Tide? There's no Red Tide this year. What was the one where I was like... It's,
What? What's Red Tide?
I don't know. I was making jokes where it should be about women having...
Oh, Crimson Tide!
Crimson Tide! Crimson Tide!
The Tony Scott movie about submarines.
But I thought it should be about a woman having
A
her
period
period
on a submarine.
and all the men are just freaking out like, oh, the Crimson Tide is here!
I know, but Mary, now you're bringing up good jokes you made in previous
I
years.
know, and
so
I'm worried we haven't had the same level of jokes.
Does that mean that, like, we've now, like, this
Jump
is
the shark?
we've declined, and all we can do is like reference great moments from the
We
past?
didn't even talk about Christmas shark.
Okay, so everybody, thank you for watching. We hope you've had a Merry Christmas if you celebrate Christmas, but just in general,
Happy
a lovely holiday season.
Happy holiday.
And let the
Happy
merry
holidays,
bells
let
keep
the merry
ringing.
bells keep ringing. Happy holidays to you.
Thank you for watching this video. If you've made it this far,
It's long.
it's long. I have to edit this. Thank you for watching the channel in general, assuming you do.
Thanks for helping my brother make a living.
Unless you don't. I mean, if you haven't like joined the Patreon or whatever, I don't know if you're helping
If
me make a living.
you say do not like, if you do a down vote on his videos, then I don't like you.
You heard it here first, folks.
I don't like you.
But thank you. What a year it's been. Merry good year.
I've drank a lot of dairy mixed with peppermint schnapps.
What more could you ask for?
I don't know that my tummy likes it.
Well, this is the last thing that I have to make this year. So time to go edit this and then I can sleep for a month.
Yay, bye!
Bye, everybody.
Bye! Merry Christmas!